Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Ishowspeed traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfo, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfo, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfo, Africa. To learn more, visit danfo.africa.
Peace, fam. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you hit that like button again. Please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. It is cold here in Atlanta, but it's not that bad. The weather has been worse during last, I would say winter of 2000 that's how it works. You know what? I'm not mad. Respected True 7160 says, why does it seem like every celebrity who goes to Africa is getting a passport? You know what? I'm a firm believer that if you excel in a certain field, if you're the best or one of the best in a certain field, you should be able to skip a line. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. Again, if you're the best or one of the best in the industry or field, you should be able to skip a line. That's just how life works. It is what it is. Congratulations to him. He can skip a line and get his Ghanaian passport. First time in Ghana, he's leaving with a passport. Hey, I ain't mad at him. Congratulations, Ishowspeed. But before we get started, got a couple of announcements. We are rolling to Cape Town, March 25th through April 2nd. March 25th through April 2nd, we are rolling to Cape Town. If you're interested in joining us, please visit danfo.africa. Again, please visit danfo.africa. We are also rolling to Senegal in May for the Jazz Festival. Again, we're rolling to Senegal in May for the Jazz Festival. If you're interested in joining us, please visit danfo.africa. Again, if you're interested in joining us, please visit danfo.africa to learn more. You got Nigeria in August for the Oshun Festival. Zanzibar in September for Safari Blue. And then we are going to, speaking of Ghana, we're going to Ghana and Ivory Coast, and that's going to be in November, and also going to do Sierra Leone in November as well. But please visit danfo.africa to learn more. Without further ado, Ishowspeed should be receiving his Ghanaian citizenship, I guess, whenever he goes back to collect his passport. Here we go. Here's the article on the BBC. Ishowspeed. U.S. YouTube star Ishowspeed to get Ghanaian passport as Africa tour ends. Ishowspeed, one of the world's most popular content creators, is set to receive a Ghanaian passport following his highly anticipated trip to the West African nation. Ghana was the penultimate stop. Guys, don't butcher me. Please don't butcher me if I said that wrong, pronounced that wrong. The U.S. influencers live stream 20 country tour of Africa, which wrapped up on Tuesday. Following Ishowspeed's visit, Ghana's foreign minister announced that his office had approved a passport for the YouTuber who he called a worthy ambassador. The Speed Does Africa tour has been watched around the world, with many praising it for helping to break stereotypes about the continent and showcasing numerous African cultures to the world. Ishowspeed, age 21, whose real name is Darren Watkins Jr., has more than 50 million YouTube subscribers, with his Africa tour contributing to the growth of his platform. His Ghanaian passport was approved following confirmation of the irrefutable ties of Ishowspeed to Ghana. Foreign Minister Samuel Okuzeto Ablakwa posted on social media. While streaming in Ghana, the YouTuber told his audience that his mother was from the West African country. In his post, Ablakwa urged Ishowspeed to keep making our great nation Ghana and our believed African continent proud. Ghana celebrates you, he added. Many Ghanaians responded positively to Ablakwa's announcement, but some accused the government of devaluing the country's passport by handing them to foreign celebrities. In recent years, Ghana has sought to promote itself throughout Africa's huge global diaspora. In 2024, the country offered Ghanaian citizenship to over 500 members of the diaspora. The recipients were mostly African Americans, like the legendary U.S. singer Stevie Wonder. Other West African countries have also offered nationality to the descendants of those who were taken to the Americas during the slave trade. During his visit to Ghana on Monday, Ishowspeed said he felt as though he was back home and spent the day visiting iconic locations in the country. He traveled to Ghana's eastern region, where he took part in a traditional naming ceremony wearing the famous local kente cloth. He was given the name Barima Kofi Akufo. During his 28-day tour of Africa, Ishowspeed visited countries including Nigeria, South Africa, Morocco, and Ivory Coast. He participated in various crowd-pulling activities, including racing a cheetah and dancing with members of the Maasai ethnic group. Ishowspeed celebrated his 21st birthday with cake in Lagos, Nigeria, Nigeria's largest city. Rolling Stone magazine named him the most influential creator of 2025, and Forbes estimates his net worth to be 20 million. Jesus. Congratulations to him, man. Congratulations to Ishowspeed. So yeah. But he was also interested in citizenship in Benin. And Benin has that caveat, or that I want to say kind of an exception, where if you hold another African passport of an African country, I don't think you're allowed to get the Benin one. But I think you could interpret that differently. And how I interpreted it is, again, they have that condition or stipulation that if you have an African passport already, so if he gets his Ghanaian passport, I don't think you are allowed to get your the Benin one. But I think there's a catch to that, or a way around that. The way I interpreted it was that if you're, for the most part, if you were born like in an African country and your parents are from an African country, you can't get it. The Benin one. But if your parents are not born in an African country at pre to 1940, or your grandparents or whatever, if they were born in the diaspora before 1940, you're good regardless. But it's interesting. So should he get the Ghanaian passport or go the Benin route? Which route should he go? Also, you got some Black Americans said, hey, we want our passports too. We are descendants of the transatlantic slave trade. Why can't we get our passports? That's what a lot of people in the diaspora are saying. But as I said, if you are great in the industry or field, if you are the best or one of the best, you get to skip a line. That's just life. That's just how things work. But guys, I'll put the link in the chat room. You're more than welcome to call in and add to the conversation. Again, link is in the chat room. But shout out to Ishowspeed. Shout out to Ishowspeed. You know, Ishowspeed, go and collect your passport. Again, go and collect your Ghanaian passport. Go get that. Go and get that. But link is in the chat room. Links in the chat room. If you're interested in joining us, please. Yeah, you can buy a Caribbean passport. It's like $150,000. Yeah, it's like $150,000. As you guys know, I have 3 passports: U.S., Sierra Leonean, and Nigerian. Yeah, cash and status. Get down or lay down, shawty. Yeah, but links in the chat room if you want to call in. Yeah, his parents are African American. Their ancestry, I guess his mom's ancestry is from Ghana. But again, links in the chat room. Should he get it? Should he be allowed to get it? Or should he not be allowed to get it? I'm pretty sure with the right price, you could buy a Ghanaian passport. I would think. I would think. But I could be wrong. Nah, 50,000 subscribers definitely does not equal passport. He has 50 million subscribers. 50 million. Oh, also too, guys, there's a situation in Niger. Gunfire and anti-aircraft missile, I think it's surface-to-air missile deployment has been going on at the airport in Niger, in Niamey, the capital. The Toto Kissa, go ahead.
First things first, man, Donfo.Africa, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Salute to what you're doing. Hey, you know, about this speed thing, Ishowspeed, and, you know, when we had the conversation the other day about some countries welcoming Black Americans, you know, I got like 3 or 4 emails about it. And, you know, this is before the talk about the citizenship, because I thought it was going to be Benin also, but this is the issue with Black people, because I think, like, in the Pan-African space, we're emotionally connected to an olive branch. You get what I'm saying? Like, some people just don't understand an olive branch is just an olive branch. You can add emotions to it if you want to, but it's really just like a leg up, and you have status, you know. And it's the same way how, you know, how people talk about me. There's like, okay, so you go over there and, you know what I'm saying, you got your, you know, the tricking off card. You get what I'm saying? Like, the thing about it is, just for the record, y'all, the tricking off card has went up to is either 37,500 or 39,000. I can't keep. I got so much money, I can't keep up with it. But the African fine girl, Niger fine girl tricking off card is about 39,500. So that's about 53 million naira, which is good. But the thing about it is that when we have emotional connection to the continent, and then we see the continent working like, hey, it's business as usual. Like I tell Kala and everybody else on my channel, if you want to add that if you want to be emotional to it, that's on you. But you can't expect for them that's looking at everything as transactional. You can't look at them as if like, or they're letting the country down, or they letting Black Americans down like it's a slap in the face. I just don't understand that why us Black Americans always trying to be emotional about everything and just don't see life as a business. You get what I'm saying? Like don't get me wrong. You can have your take on it, your opinion on it, but like I'm saying, you got to take the emotions out. So it's just like when I was talking about the hotels and everything. People's like, well, why do they got to let you know what's in the surrounding area? Just get out there and figure it out. That's just not welcome, and it's just a way you do business, Dinah. Then you're a businessman yourself. So it's just like if somebody go on your tour.
Yeah, but I really don't know any hotels, even like the 5-star hotels that I've stayed at in Africa, that have the brochures like when you go into a Motel 6 here.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that it should have that. So that's my point. My point is that they should have the minimum, just a minimum, not even a full brochure, Diners. I'm just saying, like, hey,
and sorry to cut you off. Even
it's your show, brother.
Yeah, even in Atlanta, if I like on Peachtree Street, the Mayfair Hotel, is it not the Mayfair? What is it on Peachtree? Across from God dang, oh man, on Peachtree Street, right either before, right after Ponce.
Okay,
what's the name of that auditorium that people go to look for the concerts and stuff? And there's the hotel across the street. Come on.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name, but I know.
But what I'm saying, like, even like the nicer, the nice hotels in Atlanta that you go into, they don't have those brochures. It's just like the Motel 6.
No,
the best westerns.
What I'm saying, is that they still okay. Put it like this. So if you got American, I don't know if you have American. Do you have American Express?
Yes.
Okay, if you have American Express, just put in if you put in Lagos, it's gonna automatically. It's the only hotel they're gonna give you the Legion in Lagos, or they're gonna give you. God damn, I can't even remember the one in Abuja, but the funny part, the one in Abuja on the Hilton. I'm sorry, if you got the Hilton American Express. That's the one they give you, the one that's connected to Hilton. Now, what I'm saying is that these apps, even in the apps, they'll tell you what's in the area. So it is not just a hotel. So I kind of said it wrong. So when you book in a hotel in America, they automatically tell you in the app what's in the surrounding areas. You get what I'm saying? The information is there. You get what I'm saying? So even if I want to book at the Econo Lodge that's across the street from the DMV in Forest Park, it tells me what's in the area. This is what's in the surrounding areas. But what I'm saying is if a hotel, if you know you have Americans coming in there, and we know how the local lives, if locals ain't paying no more than $12, $16 for lodging if they pay for it. You get what I'm saying? So they know that their customer base is coming from overseas. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that when I talk to my friends that go to the DR and all that, if they know that these certain hotels, same way in Cancun, Mexico, and they know you're American, they have it already there at these hotels that know they have more than guests. It's just like how on your YouTube channel, it shows which people, what range, what area that the people's watching your show. So I'm just saying, as a businessman, you know, if this your company, this hotel, that these rooms costing 200,000, 300,000 naira a day, right? So you know, off the rip, that's not the local population, right? Can you agree with that?
Correct.
So if you know that's 200,000 or 300,000 a day, you should have something there to say, okay, my base for these type of rooms are foreigners. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Have a piece of paper or a brochure saying, hey, these are, 3 or 4.
You know what, Toto Kiss, I gotta back up for a second. Actually, a lot of their base are diasporans returning home, coming back.
True. I get that too. But what I'm saying is still your customer base is people not that's homegrown. I mean, not homegrown, that live there. So even the people that comes there, okay, say for instance, my doctor, shout out to Dr. E. He told me to shout himself out. He told me he watches your show. You know what I'm saying? My doctor's a Nigerian, Dr. Iho Osobo in Griffin, Georgia. He was Wellstar, y'all. Y'all can look him up. He said he watches your show.
Are you serious? I know you're serious. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's what's up.
That's it. Well, I when I went to that, I mentioned you. You know what I'm saying? When I talk, he's from Edo. He's Edo. You know, he actually went to college in Benin. So when I talked to him, when I first started, you know what I'm saying? First time I went over there, we talked because he was actually going over there for a humanitarian mission. And I told him about you. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So last time I came in up for my primary care visit, he just said that he watches your show. So shout out to Dr. E. I told him I was going to shout him out. He's a good primary doctor from Nigeria. So, but what I'm saying is that even when he goes, he says that he only goes, he's familiar with things. He said, but still sometimes that because he don't like to deal with a lot of family because he's a doctor. He said that he's
begging him for money.
Boy, he said it doesn't stop. Sun up to sun down. You get what I'm saying? So he says that he told me that he's kind of Americanized now. So that means that when he goes over there, he kind of alienate himself because you even though people are family, they see you just as what can they get out of you? Like they can't give you anything. You get what I'm saying? And if they give you anything, it's based on what can you give them. So, you know, people don't put the best effort. Diners, I tell you all the time, man, I don't say it on the show plenty of time. The best people to hire is somebody that's not some kin to you or somebody that you grew up with. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You'll get a better service from a stranger.
See, I kind of disagree because it worked out for LeBron James.
LeBron James is an exception to the rule. Look, Diners, me and you are at that age where we saw LeBron when he was in the 10th grade. They knew he was going to the end. He had already had $1 million contracts in the 10th, 11th grade. You get what I'm saying? It was already set up for him. It's just like when people bring up Beyonce or Jay-Z, it's exceptions to the rules. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, you know, for the most part, and these are people that he built a business with him. It's a difference because he has an organization. He has an organization for his filming, and he have a PR team. So they work for him as with contracts. That's different from goddamn family members. You know what I'm saying? He ain't under no type of contract with. Do you get what I'm saying? That's like, bro, that is like apples to giraffes. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole different ball game. Nobody in Nigeria, LeBron is calling him, begging him for small, or asking him for transport money. You get what I'm saying? Like LeBron James is the face of the product, and they're leveraging his face to build income. You get what I'm saying? Now, soon as LeBron retire, all that shit is over with. Because LeBron is not a good speaker. He kind of cringy a little bit. He's not a good actor, and he's not a good talk. He's not gonna be on no type of platform like that because he's like a female. He got the female tendency. He's kind of emotional when he talks all the time. He kind of is that. So that's why you don't see him going on. You see all the other athletes going on different shows and doing that. You don't see LeBron doing that because he just not like he kind of like a grown child almost. So it's not gonna translate over to another business. You get what I'm saying? So even like Michael Jordan didn't transfer over that. Michael Jordan had a good shoe. Whoever was the mastermind with the designing his shoes, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about made him a billionaire times every year. LeBron's shoes are okay, Diners, but you don't see nobody rocking LeBron's. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't see nobody rocking
not at all.
At all. I'm talking about sweatshirts, jeans, and even jerseys. You don't even see people rocking LeBron James jersey. Kobe, the ones that translated over Kobe and like Jordan, we're gonna say the top three.
Man, I ain't seen nobody rocking no Kobe's.
Not the shoes, the jerseys. Kobe jersey still sells like I think it's like 12 million a year. Jordan jerseys still sell. Nobody wears LeBron James jerseys like that. You can go out anywhere. You don't see LeBron jerseys at no game. You can go to the Hawks game and see somebody wearing a LeBron jersey. Even if Cleveland is not playing, even if the Lakers are not playing, even if Chicago is not playing, still have on a Jordan jersey or Kobe jersey or something like that. Some jerseys are just like that. So what I'm saying is that he doesn't have that name recognition. So once he's done with NBA, his shit is done. It's a done deal. Do you get what I'm saying? But like my doctor saying that, he's saying that even when he comes over there, he have to alienate himself. And he said he doesn't feel welcome. You get what I'm saying? He doesn't feel welcome when he come and he have to stay in these hotels to where he have to go find himself. You know what I'm saying? And he even say that now he has to hire a handler.
Hey, Toto, my brother, I got to pass the mic. But hey, 30 seconds. I got to pass the mic.
No, go ahead. We on the panel. Let other brothers talk.
Go ahead, Nigel. Nigel, mute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you fighting the mic. Stop fighting the mic. Get to the mic.
Yeah, my mic is a bit different from the one that I used to use. So
okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Is that is that a new bunny? Is that a new bunny hopping headset?
Don't start now.
Okay.
Let's get on with it. Don't start now. Greetings everyone on the panel. I think Ghana is always fast on these type of things. They like to capture people. But that said, I think Ishowspeed did say he was going to collect a few African passports. So I don't think the Ghanaians just rushing it, giving it to him, just seems a little bit desperate because they tend to do this type of things. Personally, I see the merit of doing it, but I also lament the fact that Nigeria doesn't seem to care about any of these things. For the life of me, it's almost as if Nigeria has got amnesia for some reason. Because if you look at what happened in Benin Republic, you see the slave ship replica that was done there. For me, that was like, you can't make that up. That is something that takes thought and memory to do. You don't see that in Nigeria for some reason. No, I have to call it out. And it's something that I really lament to see. When Ishowspeed came to Nigeria, they barely wanted to do that. Even when they tried to present culture to him, they did it in such a cheap fashion. Maybe they were not ready. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't care. I don't know. Nigeria just looks like they don't care about anything anybody is saying to them. And it makes Ghana and the other countries look like they care more about what is going on out there. The truth is, Nigeria has done so much for many of those countries that are next door to us. We are taking all their hits and everything, including their insults, that they insult us. That's the truth of the situation. But on this one, they are the ones that have taught us, and Nigerians are not even thinking about it. Let's face it. We are not thinking about it. We are not doing much about this. But the only time the president of Africa has tried to support African Americans, it was a Nigerian that actually put themselves on the line to support African American reparation movement, which was MKO Abiola, that lost his life because of it. So I actually believe that was more consequential than him becoming a Nigerian president. They prevented him from becoming a Nigerian president because he supported the reparation movement. That would have been very, very dangerous for the American state if that had gone ahead, if he had gone ahead to become president of Nigeria. But you see, what I don't like about, for me, what I find disturbing about many of these countries that pretend to be Pan-African, like Ethiopia and Ghana, when it comes down to it, they are often the most, how do I describe it? Like Ghana now is the most xenophobic, is the most xenophobic country in West Africa. Ghana is the most xenophobic. It's xenophobic against West Africans. And if you go to East Africa, you see the same thing. Okay, the Somalis are the most xenophobic of East Africa, but Ethiopians exhibit the same thing. If you look at when the Sudan war started, they are the ones that prevented Nigerians from escaping the Sudan war. They blocked their border. These are sub-Saharan Africans, so they blocked their border to allow their fellow Africans to escape a war zone. These are the kind of behavior. It wasn't not Ghana that expelled Nigerians during a war, a civil war. They expelled Nigerians back to Nigeria. So, and these are supposed to be the most Pan-African country, but while Nigeria is the one making sacrifices for all of them, including that Ethiopia that we helped sort out their civil war recently, they are the ones, after we did that, they still exhibited that same behavior to us. So you can see that when I look at it, I just feel bad for Nigeria because it's like we do all the good things for other people and we do so many bad things for ourselves. And this is why I said I now support nationalist Pan-Africanism. If you want to be Pan-African, you have to be nationalist first. You have to build your nation up first. And it doesn't hurt to remember one of the gravest sins our people committed by selling our own across the ocean. I don't know why Nigerians don't remember that the way the Benin Republic has demonstrated, the way Ghanaians have demonstrated. Most West Africans demonstrate this. I don't understand what is going on in Nigeria. And I hope my own voice and other people's voice out there is going to get this out, because Nigeria is a great country. I mean, as well as we are the majority in West Africa. If you are a citizen of Nigeria, you are basically signing on either for one of the greatest nations in Africa or our very end. Because if Africa is to do well, Nigeria is going to be one of the pivotal countries that is going to make that happen. And that's where the action should be, really. So, but I will leave it at that. Ishowspeed did his own thing. Nigeria didn't look good. I'm not going to sit here and defend Nigeria for anything. Nigeria didn't look good. We looked tardy. The country was messed, but the street didn't look very tidy. The welcome wasn't very nice. It's almost as if it was an afterthought. We were focused on dirty December, so nobody cared. For some reason, I don't understand it. Nobody seemed to care about Ishowspeed coming to Nigeria. There was no preparation for it. If they were, you probably see more. And also, I don't know why Ishowspeed did not do up to 2 days there. Because if he had done, he would have had to go to Abuja and had a slightly different experience, or somewhere else in the country, because Lagos is not exactly emblematic of Nigeria anymore. Yes, it's emblematic of the Nigerian spirit where you see rowdy behavior and all that stuff, but it's not the culture of Nigeria. The reserved culture of Nigeria is somewhere in Abuja, the east, and other parts of the country. But that said, I've spoken enough already, and there's no need feeling sorry for myself. The Ghanaians have done what they do best, so I have to give them credit for that. Thank you.
All right,
but Naja, don't you think they don't act like they care? Like they don't even put forth no effort. Like what I'm saying, not even 1% effort. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you see it like that also? To Naja. Oh, he back to the bunny hopping.
All right, let me pass. Unforgivable cat. Go ahead.
I know. We all know that. We all know that already. It's a sad thing to see.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Unforgivable cat. Ungovernable cat. Go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, well, first, Prince Amir, it is great to talk with you. I have been subscribed to your mailing list for probably 6+ years now, and this discussion is incredible. And I wish I had more to add, but just from my perspective, I'm somebody that's studied citizenships and residency programs in different countries, and I've been waiting for something like Benan's program to come along, where they take the entire diaspora into account. It was really the first program of all these African countries that have been offering citizenship by descent that allowed people who are not, let's say, Black presenting or are able to trace their DNA to an African tribe to obtain citizenship. And I've been pretty excited about this program so far. And it's just really great to talk with all you guys and hear your perspectives on this. It's been pretty interesting for me. I found this stream tonight by just looking for some new updated content on Benin, and I came across your stream, and it's really cool to be here with you guys.
No, I appreciate
Have you traveled to any African countries yet?
I have not, but my Benin citizenship is in its final stage, and when I get that passport, I'm going to hit Nigeria, I'm going to hit Togo, I'm going to hit Cote d'Ivoire, I'm going to hit Ghana as well.
So you never been to Africa and you're getting citizenship?
That's correct, sir.
How does that even work?
Well, because I've been studying my genealogy since 2014, and my grandmother's family is from Puerto Rico, and it's very obvious on the vital records like the church and the civil records of my direct ancestors that they were mixed race, and some of them were listed as non-free on their baptismal certificates, for example. So it was fairly easy for me to prove that my ancestry, came from Africa. And it's sort of one of the nice things about this program is it allows us to honor that part of our genealogical tree that, or for people we don't even know who their names were, because those people were robbed of their identities. And for me, I haven't even been able to trace my ancestry back to a specific continent, because the way that Puerto Rico is, it's just a country that's been hit by hurricanes for hundreds of years, and a lot of the records don't even exist. And some of them that do exist are in very bad condition.
Which DNA service you use? I got two questions for you. And this is what I like. I like that you're on the program, because a lot of times I complain about, as Black people, we give a lot of vague answers and we don't give context. So it might be somebody out there that's in the same situation you're in, and you can give a little context to, of things. So which DNA service that you use, and which one that the Benin Republic accepted? So they had to accept one of the DNA service, or do they accept any DNA service?
Well, that's the thing is when the law dropped, they said that they were going to make a list of what DNA companies were available. I've never seen that. I used a company that was called CRI Genetics, which is also acceptable in Senegal. And if anybody is listening to this, I recommend you do not use that company, because their results were absolutely terrible. Like, I have my ancestry traced back, like, for that particular line.
Hold on, you said Senegal or Sierra Leone? I know in Sierra Leone it's
yeah, you're right, Sierra Leone. I'm sorry. And I have my ancestry on that line traced back to 8 generations, and the results that they gave were not accurate at all. They basically said, well, you're 10% Puerto Rican. That doesn't really mean anything. It's like, so we're a mix of a European, African, and Amerindian. It didn't even give me specific countries, which is really annoying. But my cousin, who did her DNA through 23andMe, she had ancestry that traced specifically to Benin. And so again, the company was CRI Genetics. I don't recommend it. I'm sorry, there was another part to your question that I didn't answer. Could you?
Okay, no. The other part of it was the other part is that, well, you basically answer it. You saying that they accepted the Benin accepted the way that they happened.
Right. Okay. So this is another really great thing about Benin. So I've done a bunch of residencies and citizenships in other countries before, and the detailed and attention that we got from Benin is incredible. Like, when I did I started my process, and then I kind of let it die for a month because I got the results, and I was like, man, there's no way they're going to accept this. This is garbage. And they actually emailed me. They said, you started your application and you didn't finish it. So what's going on? And I explained the situation. And I said, I have these genealogical records. These are absolutely solid, but this DNA test is garbage. They said, that does not matter. Just apply anyway. The genealogical evidence that you have is way stronger than the DNA anyway. And I was really surprised that they reach out to me, because especially when you consider how many applications they must get. Like the last report I saw was just they were getting hundreds a day. And so for a government body to reach out and say, yo, what's up? How can we help you? And I don't know, they've just been really supportive over email and also chat, which is very, very uncommon when dealing with governments.
I got you. I got one last question before you pass the mic. How much? How much was the process? How much was the processing fees, and how long is it gonna take? And how long had you been doing it? How long has you? How long had you been? When did you start the process, and what are the fees along the way? That's a better way to ask the question.
Yeah, I've been monitoring the process before it really even got started. Like even before Prince Amir dropped an email on it. Like I just monitor these laws and these programs and things like that. So I've been waiting for it forever because basically when the law passed, there were some consultants on the ground that were helping people because you could apply directly from Benin. But then I heard that the government was enabling a platform for it, and the platform is awesome, by the way. And so as soon as that platform opened, I was I was one of the first people on it. And so that was probably that was July of last year. And it took me a while to get the DNA test because I live outside the US. So they had to send it and it took a bunch of time and to get the results and all that stuff. And also I had to get the police certificate and the residency certificate, get all that apostilled and whatever. Then I had problems with their translation platform. In the end, because the way that the law is written is you need a certain amount of these documents translated to French, and their official platform, for whatever reason, was not allowing any of my cards to clear. So, and in the end, that was one of the other things that they asked me over email, and they told me, don't even worry about the translations, just submit your docs as is. And the application fee was $100. And the residency certificate and the police certificate were, maybe $20 each, including the apostilles and whatever. So it was really just my time that I'd done over let's say 12 or so years of genealogical research, which is, whatever your time is worth.
Do you speak any French?
I got it. Let me pass the mic, Toto. We'll circle back because other people are on the panel. Go ahead, CD.
Hey, Darren.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a good thing that Ghana gave a passport to Ishowspeed, especially African Americans have promoted Ghana a lot. They have invested a lot in Ghana than any other African country. I remember a couple of years ago, Ghanaians, they gave passport to a lot of Westerners, white Lebanese and other white from Europe. So I don't see any reason why they can't even issue passport to African American based on what they have invested in Ghana so far, right? So even if you look at Africa, a lot of Africans don't travel that much. Even with all the noise that are in America right now about African traveling, if you look at countries like Ivory Coast, maybe probably 2 or 3% of the population has a passport. Seeing as most of the West African countries, they don't travel that much. So the example is Senegal, for example. Senegal has a population of 19 million, right? How many Senegalese that are in America? Maybe 60,000, right? So the total amount of blacks including Caribbean and Africans in America, is not even 5 million, right? Compared to the Chinese probably 16 million, Indian 15 million, or the French probably almost 7 million in America. So Africans don't travel that much. The only time they will travel and get a passport if they're going overseas, right? So the percentage of, for example, the percentage of Senegalese that are live in America, not even 1% of Senegal population, right? So it would make sense if they can issue passport to African Americans so they can, because especially when they issue them passport, they have to pay for it. And that will help the economy, right? So how many Ghanaians have Ghanaian passport? Very few. So it will make sense that they should issue passport to African American to travel around with African passport. Especially me right now, I have 2 African passports. I have Ivorian passport, I have Liberian passport. The reason I have African passport is because I have an investment over there, right? So it will make sense that they should issue passport to African Americans because they have the resources, they have the flexibility of traveling. And most of the time, African they don't leave their country. Even from one African country to another African country, is they hardly travel. They will stay into that country, even though they have the means or they are rich, but they will prefer staying in their country and meeting their culture than traveling out. But even if they travel out, they come to the US. They don't. You hardly see African at the nursing home. You're living in the nursing home. They will always want to go back in a long. But when the Europeans come, the Chinese come, the Indians come, they don't go back, right? So the only way people will know Africa a lot if the African American have access to African passport and travel around the world. That will give Africa more promotion, right? There's a scandal right now in Ivory Coast. The assembly president there, he owns the manufacturing Ivorian passport. So he was issuing passport to the Lebanese and the Syrians. So now Trump sent group of FBI to investigate the Lebanese in Ivory Coast because they've been funding Hezbollah in Lebanon. And most of them were carrying Ivorian passport. So now this guy is on an investigation because of that. So a lot of African countries issue passport to Lebanese. Why they can't give it to our black brothers or our black, sisters in America? It would make sense.
I think.
So that's what I have to say.
Okay. Can I go, Dinosaur?
It's Skywalker. Yeah, go ahead, Skywalker.
Okay. Hey, I just want to say hey to the panel. First of all, I think it's wonderful that Ghana has given him citizenship, and Dinus, to get a passport, a Ghanaian passport, pretty much means that's getting citizenship, right? It's not
Correct.
just
Correct.
okay.
Yes.
And I think that, man, the reason that other countries, African countries, haven't followed suit, other than places like Sierra Leone or Benin and Ghana, and it's my understanding that Sierra Leone is pretty much the easiest one to get citizenship.
Well, it's been on hold for now.
Okay. Well, but the reason I think that a lot of these other countries haven't just, because it seems like that's common sense to give your diaspora citizenship, especially when they're skilled and they got money to invest. China, if I'm mistaken, I think China got something similar where, if you're Asian, you can go to China, where if you can trace your ancestry or whatever back to China, you can go and get citizenship. But the reason that it's not the same.
Does China allow dual citizenship?
I'm not sure. I think they do. But because I had a friend that I went to who I was in law school with.
Yeah. They don't allow it.
Okay. But I know he was trying to.
We'll get back to it. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, but I know he was trying to get citizenship, so that's why I was like, I'm not sure. But he had went and he had still had investments over in China, so even if they weren't able to get citizenship, it was easy for him to go to China and invest and do things that he needed to do, even if it was just getting a residency. But yeah, man, I think these other countries, these African countries, I think the reason that they haven't followed common sense, what common sense dictates here, is because they're puppets. And whoever installed them was their reason for them being in power. I think as soon as they start to do something like that, they might have a coup d'etat might happen, or they might get their noodle knocked out, right? But and I wanted to say something about my brother here who talked before Seti. I can't see his name on this thing, but. Could you put the link to that Benin platform in the chat if you don't mind? Because I'll be very interested in it. Trying to get citizenship in Benin before I even go to Africa. Like I said, I just feel like that's just common sense. If you shouldn't be, and if you're giving citizenship to terrorists, like my brother said he just mentioned, you should be giving and like I say. The African Americans, when they get citizenship in some of these countries, they should go through a heavy vetting system, because like I say, some of them might be CIA agents. And I guess that is one of the risks that you run with the diaspora, letting in, double agents into your country or whatever. But overall, I think most diasporans, at least the conscious ones, would be very, very interested in going to Africa, starting some investments, maybe even some of our intellectuals going to go teach in some of these African colleges. I just see where a famous Vietnamese mathematician from Yale just left Yale to go teach in a Chinese institution. And this was a head mathematician. I mean, he was like one of the lead mathematicians in the world. And he was at Yale College. But guess what he just did? I mean, he left Yale to go teach his own people. Even though I guess Vietnamese and Chinese they're still Asians, right? I mean, it's no different than a Ghanaian and a Nigerian, a Vietnamese and a Chinese person. So it just common sense. And if I'm not mistaken, when Ishowspeed was in Ghana, he said that his mom was from Ghana, and
No,
the king.
her roots or DNA.
Yeah, her DNA is from Ghana. And like most African Americans, once they do their DNA, it's probably gonna have some type of Akan in them, or some type of Yoruba or Igbo, in that West African area, right? And the king that I know when I was looking in the chat, a lot of people was like, "Oh, that's the king of Ghana." I think he was one of the Akan kings, but if I'm not mistaken, it's Osei Tutu who is like the most powerful king out of all the Akans or whatever. And mind you, I'm pretty fluent in Chi. I taught myself how to speak Chi. I get so irritated when people say tweet, you know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty fluent in Chi because I wanted to go to Ghana and get my passport, and because one of my specialties is language other than law. I taught myself how to speak Chi. But if I'm not mistaken, that king that he was paying respect to, I think they said that he lived in America, that he was from America or something like that. That was pretty interesting to me. But kudos to Ghana, kudos to Benin, and I agree with you, Diane, as you said that Benin is the most conscious African country in Africa, because they, their religion is the religion of their ancestors, and it plays a major role. And even though Ghana is very, very Christian, but they got a real Afrocentric version, and they really pay homage to their ancestors in Ghana too. So kudos to Ghana, man. I hope and pray that more African countries follow suit. They should see that they have a sleeping giant in the diaspora, that they shouldn't have to rely on any type of foreign interest. The only foreign interest that they should be relying on is the diaspora, because technically the diasporans, even though we're African, we still in a way are foreigners, right? But I think it's congratulations to Ishowspeed. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get my citizenship, maybe in Sierra Leone or Uganda, because I am thinking about signing up for Danfo. And but that's all I got to say right now.
All right, go ahead, Willie. Go ahead, Willie. Watch her, Willie. And before we move forward, inward tariff is in effect. Go ahead.
I got you. So for me, right, and I don't want to be the dark cloud, right, but being from America, right, everything Ishowspeed kind of represents, it's a bit cringy to watch this red carpet he's being laid out across the country. And I guess for me, only from the premise that I would have wished it was someone that was going to go over there and actually be impactful.
Willie, if I can interject, if I can interject, that's been the pushback from a lot of people, because I had a elder hit me. Well, I had someone hit me up the other day, and they were like, "What does he do?" And I said, he plays video games and stunts and does backflips.
Yeah, right.
But Willie, at the same time,
that's a great point.
At the same time, Willie, I was talking to somebody else a couple of days ago, and I told him what he does, and he's like, "That's great, because he's bringing joy, and he's tapping into people's childhood." That's what he was saying. The bringing joy.
I would say,
and I would say
I'm talking to let Willie go ahead, Willie. So
So yeah, I wanted to explain the real reason why.
Well, let Willie talk. Go ahead, Willie.
So Nigel, you got to get out of that dungeon, bro. That bunny hopping dungeon.
Let Willie go ahead, Willie. Go ahead, Willie.
Like, if we weren't in the current climate that we're in terms of all this discord between blacks and FBA, Tether, whatever, right? I would probably be a bit more have a bit more scrutiny on it. But because of the current climate, yeah, it's beautiful to see, right? I love it. But for me, it just becomes a little cringy to see the fanfare that he's getting without having any like credentials or plan to have any
Well,
form of.
Willie, he has 50 million subscribers, so that's what the credentials are.
I understand the subscribers he has, right? But you know who else has that many subscribers? DJ
Jesus.
Planet, right? Like DJ Academics, right? So I would have the same problem with Academics getting this fanfare. It's almost like, for what? Like, I'm not knocking it, but I'm saying it would have meant a lot more to me if it was someone a bit more impactful, right? Someone that stood on some type of plan or initiative they wanted to push. But I do enjoy seeing a young African American brother learn about the world. So nothing wrong with it. I want to be clear. I'm not criticizing. But when I see how excited Africa is for that, for just a fleeting moment in time where he passes through and he's gone, it's a bit cringy for me. So I was just curious, did anyone else feel anything similar on that level?
Hey, can I respond to that, bro? I think first of all, I think you made a great point. But I think that because he's so young, I think he's like 21 or 20 years old or something like that. He's so young, and a lot of his subscribers are around that age. Not to say he doesn't have some older ones too, but I think the benefit of him shedding light on Africa for all the black people around the world is priceless, right? I think that alone, what I'm saying, is Pan-African, even if he's not, right? Because it causes these young people to kind of, hold on, recognize that, look, man, this is a whole continent of people who look like me, and look how beautiful their culture is. Look how they accept people who look like me. I think that's priceless. But I do agree with you, though.
He's 21, and I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
First thing, DJ Academic do not have no goddamn 50 million subscribers. He might have 3 million at the most. I don't know.
Not even.
I mean, I don't know, boy. We get black people just start lying and talking. You get what I'm saying?
No, brother, don't think I was lying, right? Like, I don't know how many subscribers
No,
everyone
you
has,
literally said, hold on. Wall Street, nobody interrupted you when you was talking, bro. You don't have to clarify. You don't have to clarify anything. You don't have to clarify a lie.
No, I do.
I think that was rhetorical. I think he was being rhetorical, though, bro.
He wasn't being rhetorical.
No,
he said that know who else. He said who else got 50 million subscribers? DJ Academic. That's not rhetorical. Both of y'all. Hold on, Wall Street Willie, man. Nobody interrupted you when you was talking, bro. Nobody interrupted you at all. Just let you talk. I mean, you got caught in the line and just move on, bro. But let me finish saying something, man. Let me finish saying something. There's no holding on. Just wait till your time, just like everybody else. Like, the thing about it is, I actually agree with you. It was cringy. You get what I'm saying? But what it did was, what I'm saying as far as if there was something for his business or a plan, it wouldn't have gotten no attention. You get what I'm saying? Because nobody, unlike what Skywalker said, we have these black people always talking about going over there investing. There ain't no goddamn investments over there. You get what I'm saying? That's gonna make you real money like that. You know what I'm saying? Where? How? But black people love saying these gaslighting trigger words like welcome home, back home, motherland, you know what I'm saying? Your ancestry land, all that shit. You can't, unless, I'm going to tell y'all this. And I hope all of y'all listening on the playback and hoping y'all go over there and subscribe to Dunfo.Africa. Let me tell you something. If you're not literally living in Africa, if you're not doing a tour business like Dynasty is, don't you invest no goddamn money over there in Africa unless you're living there, unless you can watch every single dollar being made. All that shit, these black people come on to these Pan-African, these most high dudes, man, do not get that shit mixed up talking about investing over there. They just be talking. They can't tell you 5 investments that are gonna give you even 3% growth in Africa. They can't even name it. So they just be telling y'all that shit. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
I'm telling.
No, I'm gonna
I'm
tell
telling.
that
Hold on, real
story.
quick,
Hold
real
on, let
quick.
me tell
I
you.
just wanna
Can I
let
please
him
finish, man?
land. Let him land.
Nobody interrupted. Now one of y'all when y'all was
Go
talking.
ahead, land,
Y'all to
brother.
get a chance, but I'm just show the same respect that was given to you.
Absolutely.
So what I'm saying is that I just know that just like to Niger, aka Mr. Bunny Hopping Supreme Leader, you know what I'm saying? Like some countries are just not welcoming. And I understand after going to Nigeria twice. And I understand why they don't do it. It's not because somebody gonna kill somebody or a coup. It's just that Nigeria is aggressive. They have an aggressive nature. In Lagos, it's aggressive as fuck. You get what I'm saying? Like everything about it is aggressive. The traffic is aggressive. The hawkers are aggressive. You get what I'm saying? Just everything about it is an aggressive, fast-paced nature. It was so aggressive for me, Dinus, that I had to leave. I figured that out, even though I'm straight from Bankhead Court, from the gutter. I realized that I'm too goddamn old for Legos. I can't move like the rest of the people do. I'm looking around. I'm looking for sights and sounds. You can't do that shit over there in the mainland. Like I almost got smushed by, like I said this on College Channel, but I never came out and said this. Almost got smushed by a minibus and then almost got hit by a goddamn motorbike. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm not moving like everybody else. When you go in these certain places, you have to move like on a mission. Like they got a sun up to sundown way, the way they move. Now, if you go out there in the outskirts and chill in the rich area, you're just gonna be bored as fuck because it ain't shit to do. But what I'm saying is what I'm saying is that I'm happily to announce before I pass the mic to my bunny hopping brother from Europe is that I sent a message to Dinus, and the Dinus, can you please inform your audience what's the new amount for the Niger Fine Girl Tricking Off Fund?
$37,500.
And that's about 53 million naira. You know what I'm saying? You can do a lot. I advise anybody, if they go to these countries, especially these countries like Nigeria, and I tell any black people, stay away from the French speaking countries unless you're going to get a handler, unless you're going to get a translator, because your ass don't speak no French. You can't even get black people to learn Spanish. And the Latinos outnumber us. Got almost double our numbers. You can't get black people to learn Spanish. So don't take your ass to no French speaking no Burkina Faso. Don't let now one of these most high dudes come in there telling you to go to a French speaking country. You know what I'm saying? And you don't speak the language like that.
Smart. Let me pass. Let me go ahead, Willie. You got a minute.
Yeah,
I gotta
because I
pass
just
it
want to
to
respond
Niger.
to what he was saying to me, right? So you did a 4 years ago, right? But here's what I'm saying. I wasn't being disingenuous or lying or trying to make a direct comparison between subscribers. I was just using an example that we all know to make the larger point that I don't know if you actually got was when I'm saying it's a bit cringy to see this red carpet rolled out for him. To everything that you pointed out, right? I disagree. I think there's a lot of economic opportunity over there. I think there's a lot of chances to have some type of mutually beneficial system between us and the continent. But I don't think he's the representation that even has a plan for that. So going back to my point, it kind of would have been a bit more cooler to see, I don't know, just to don't crucify me for this one, just over the top of the dome, right? A Mark Lamont Hill. Get that type of reception and have those conversations with the people that Ishowspeed is in proximation with, right? Like I know he's gonna have a completely different conversation than a kid that got famous playing video games, right? So I want to be clear, I wasn't lying. I was just putting something out there that I knew everyone understood. I thought you did too, but I just wanted to clarify.
A lie is a lie, no matter how you want to dress it up. But name three investments, though. Name three of those investment Wall Street.
I got it. We got to pass. Go ahead, to Niger.
Yeah, Ishowspeed. I think the reason why people are welcoming him is because I think Mr. Beast said something that he gets 1 billion impressions every day while he's on on the road. So that matters a lot, and there are very few times human beings align to observe a specific event. And when many eyes are on you, free advertisement for your country, for your tourism, for your culture, it's priceless to get that. And the kind of money that is where to do that, especially on the continent, is something that no government will invest in. And I must say, some of the videos that came out of Ghana, with him, with all those ladies robbing, I think that's going to be classic. It's not going to go anywhere. And it's going to remain in the minds of people for a very long time, because that is how people form opinions. And like I said, in the context of Nigeria, I think I should, Simp said it, and Nigeria is very aggressive. And everywhere you go, they are very, especially Lagos. Lagos is the most aggressive part of Nigeria, for that matter. And they didn't prepare for him. And the way Nigerians treated him there, most Nigerians are not impressed. I don't even know any Nigerian that defended the Nigerian behavior that day. Maybe it's just a fluke. Who knows? But all I know is that when you come to Nigeria, Nigerians don't treat you as a foreigner. They treat you as one of them. And that is for sure. And I will still repeat it. Some people don't like to hear it. Ghana is the most xenophobic country in West Africa. And that's why sometimes I see that they are quite hypocritical with the way they behave. They say they love foreigners, the African Americans, whom carry a lot of them carry a lot of Nigerian genes, but the Nigerians on the continent, they don't like them. And what their excuse is, they're going to say, oh, they commit crimes. Cameroon, Nigerians are not in Cameroon. Nigerians are not in Benin Republic. They are not in Togo. They are not in other countries. They make all these excuses because they are trying to cover the fact that I don't know what they are doing. I really don't know why they feel so strongly about this issue when they clearly are the most xenophobic in West Africa. It's funny, isn't it? How they straddle both horses at the same time. But that's what, in terms of what Wall Street is saying, his job is not to create a plan. His job is to bring eyes to the continent, and maybe the young people change their mind about what Africa represents. And from that point of view, he has done his job. What else can you ask? I don't know I thought Udemaya had done all the job, only to find out that a lot of people still did not know about Africa. And Ishowspeed did that job, and I have to give him credit. For a young man, 21 years old, come on. You can't ask for more. Thank you.
All right. Wisdom never sleeps. Go ahead. Wisdom never sleeps. You got to unmute yourself.
How are you? How are you? How are you?
Doing good.
How you doing, my brother? Speak your truth, man.
Well, I'm going to be brief because I have a report to do. So just listening to what sometimes sounds like hateration, where people are talking about somebody to go over there and be political or have something to do that's more tangible or whatever. This is a young man that has followers for what he does. The one thing I will say, I posted on the comments on his Twitter, X, or whatever, what most people when they go to Africa will not do from America is to immerse themselves in the culture first to try to learn the culture. And that's what he does. Everywhere he goes, he accepts what they offered him in the culture, whether it's dance, the food, or whatever. And he's celebrated. They're giving him a response. They already know him from the internet. Because he could have went over there and tried to be arrogant, like some of us do, try to use the American ways and not even fit in and say, this is who I am, this is what I do on my platform. But no, every single place he went, he tried to immerse himself and learn and do and participate in the African culture in the country that he was in. That is why his response in Africa is the way it is. Because if he went over there and just tried to be an American black male with followers and just do flips, you say he's just doing something. Well, he has the followers for a reason. But what I am seeing from a senior person to a young person, this could be my grandson, is that he's going to immerse in the culture of Africa, and he's showing the growth of Africa that has been not seen here. So the response he's getting is from a lot of people his age, is that they didn't even know Africa even had a city. They didn't know the culture. So they always said they hate us. He's showing that if you go and immerse yourself and try to learn them as well, you are more embraced and you are more celebrated. But a lot of times when we go, every report I hear or see, very few, other than the food, ever try to do anything but say, they don't like us, they stole our land. Yes, you can be a business and investor, but you need to learn the culture and how things work. when Dinah started, and that's why I always try
Hey,
to.
Wisdom never sleeps. If I can interject real quick. So, and listen, I'm not trying to be petty. All right. So, my engagement, with Africa, I started as far as immersing myself in the culture, right?
Correct. I was just going to say that.
And then there were, but not trying to be petty. There are people in Ishowspeed's camp that when I did it was hating on me. Oh, you only showing the underdeveloped parts. You must be a CIA agent. Why you just going to the bush? Why you didn't
I
the
remember some
voodoo?
of those comments.
Man, but with Ishowspeed, they smiling and jumping and clapping.
All right. So what he's doing is, well, the dances and everything else. So I recall some of the comments about why are you only showing the bushes and things. That was what you wanted to see. You wanted to go into that area, and so we have here years later. When you started was what year?
That was 2013, 14.
All right, so we're 12 to 13 years later. And you have a following of a young guy that's just doing games and different things, which is a different entity of what you started. And so you've grown from that. You're doing tours, you're doing everything, and you're showing when your crew go over there and they learn the food, they're in the costumes and all of that. All this is progressing. You have seen some of the interior cities, but yours is about the beaches and the tranquility and things of that nature, and investing and really showing Africa. You have to look at it from the perspective of a 20-year-old versus a 35 or 40-year-old. Their following is just that. It's the fun, it's the nature, it's the embrace. It's not so much for business, or he's not mentioning anything like that. So we have to look at the dynamics which have changed or transitioned or transferred over. So where you started, other people try to start, but their agenda for doing it was just to make money, but not really to show and get a relationship built with Africa, unlike what you've been doing. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm seeing those people creating trips only because it's money, nothing else.
Right.
And that's fine, but they're not trying to get people to know anything about Africa or the culture where they go. This
I
young
agree
man
with that.
he's already had a following. His plight is different from what yours is, Dinah's, and he's much younger than you are when you did. You was already a business professional, had much success here, and your mindset and thinking was to develop and create something different in a different line. His is just to connect with a country. He went to Europe and did the same thing, and he wasn't welcomed as much. He had a lot of adversity in the predominantly white areas of Europe. So Africa wasn't his first tour. He did an American tour. But when he got there, he's finding out things from what he probably didn't even know at all. And so with that, he's showing a different age bracket, which, remember, Africa is the youngest country by age of people, correct? Most of them are under over 70%. They say is under 35 years of age. So he's going to reach those teenagers. Some of them in the countries of 18, 19 years old. So they're watching him on those apps and things. So he already has that following. It just grows. And they're just glad that he brought that which they share with him on an app live. So that's why it's that way.
Now, the only thing,
Hey,
brother,
can I
and
respond?
if I could, really quick, I'm going to be in and out. The only thing I would kind of disagree with, my brother, is I feel like Dinus put more work into knowing what he was going to visit, right? So when he went, he was prepared, like, all right, I want to start here and learn about this and see that. I want to be very clear. This Ishowspeed thing is a tour, right? It's not this deep cultural understanding and sharing that I feel like you were presenting in your argument. He's in one country for 2 days. He's in the next country for 2 days, right? You can't paint it like now he has this huge breadth of knowledge.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Hold on. Hear my point.
I'm one of those will stop you when you
just
try
allow
to
me to
say
respond,
something.
brother. Just allow me to respond.
You're going in the wrong direction of what I said.
He always do that. Wisdom never sleep. He always do that shit. Go on
Let me help you. Let me help you real quick.
I'm gonna keep
Wisdom. Don't even try to help him. Wisdom. You can't help him. Wisdom.
I'm gonna give him an example of what I'm talking about.
But can I finish?
Let's take. Wait a
Brother,
minute.
you went
Wait,
a
hold
long
on.
time.
No.
Can I
Let's
finish
take
my
the late.
point?
I'm gonna
I
tell you what I
promise you
mean
I'll
by
be
this, so
done
you'll be
way
Oh my
better.
quicker than it takes
God.
you to make your point. I
No,
promise.
listen.
I'll be quick.
No, you won't. Let me tell you this. Let
No,
me
I
give you
will.
something. No, you
You're
won't.
gonna sit here
No,
and do four
no.
score
I told you
7
I'm gonna
years
be here
ago.
long.
And you
What I'm
cut
trying to
me
share
off.
with you,
I
I'm
was
gonna cut
just
you off.
speaking,
Yes,
brother.
I am, because I
Brother.
know where you're going. But I'm gonna
Brother.
give you an example to help
Brother.
you out.
Can I
Let's take the
finish
Let's
making
take
my
people who
Wall
point?
are
Street Willie, you literally interrupted him. He wasn't
No,
through
it was my
talking.
time to speak.
It
no.
wasn't your
He
time to
cut
speak.
me
He
off.
wasn't done
What are
talking,
you
All
silly.
talking
right,
about?
hold on. What, Mike? Elder was never sleep. Really, you got 30 seconds.
Thank you.
30 seconds. Hurry up. 30
Thank you.
seconds.
That's all I
I'm
need.
counting too.
I was challenging this idea that now he's this, steward of culture or even knows. Yeah, he's picking up a few things. It's no different from any other tourist that goes to the continent and spends 2 days here, 2 days there. So when you made that point, it was goofy. Now I got to get right to the point and just be disrespectful since I couldn't be gentle with it and explain my point. But yeah, that was goofy. He's no bastion of, I believe that Dynas knew
All right,
more
that's
about the
30
country.
seconds, man.
I
God,
knew, I
bro.
believe Dynas,
He asked
and
me a
I'll
question.
land
Go ahead.
here. I believe Dynas knew more about the continent before he went and after he left. I believe that Dynas knew more about the culture. You're claiming that bouncing around from
Man, you
city
just
to city,
rambling, bro.
he
You
has
just
all this culture.
rambling.
That was
You
stupid.
are
And
rambling
I'll
for no
land.
reason.
And I'll
Now,
land in.
I think you got to take into consideration that he's young, bro. Like, Dynas was well, like, wisdom,
Brother,
wisdom
Yeah.
get
never
that.
sleep. Wisdom
Get
never
that,
sleeps
brother.
mentioned. Wisdom
Donis,
never
can I
sleeps
speak?
mentioned.
Let
Hold
me
on.
just let me
No,
respond real
it's
quick.
never sleep. Go ahead, wisdom.
Let
Never
me
sleep. Go ahead.
respond to
Let me
that.
go next, Dynas.
See, because people are hearing what they want to hear. I never
Yep.
said that the young man, was now a bastion for culture and he knew all this stuff. I said
That's
everywhere
exactly
he
what you
went. No,
just
I
said.
didn't. I said everywhere he went, he immersed himself in the culture that they presented
And
to
you
him.
said that the
Well, wait,
average
I
traveler
also
God
doesn't do that.
damn, Willis, stop
listen.
acting
You
like a
tell me
You
I'm not.
chick.
specifically
So,
said the
See
average
what I'm saying?
traveler
Right there,
doesn't do
he
that.
do that
see, he don't.
That's what
filibustering,
I was
I
bro.
know he
He
don't
do
want.
that filibustering
No,
every time.
Hey, bro, he don't need
he's
help.
one. No,
I'm
he's
quick.
one of these people that want to hear facts, so he'll interrupt just like Democrats and liberals do. So let me finish, okay? So let me take the late Tina Turner, who went on this world tour. She was a night here, a night here. You got rappers, any singer you do go on tours all the time. You don't ever expect for them to come back and say we have a plan, they're doing this. They went on a tour as the followers happen, and they do sellout crowds. They're here for a night or two, and they're going to somewhere else, another city or country. That's a tour. He is just his own celebrity with a group, and he's touring. That's all he's doing. He's not trying to create he's not trying to be an ambassador for Black America, for Africa, anybody else. He's touring as his own celebrity with his own crowd, and he's received as that. So he's not putting on a singing concert, but he's touring
You taking too
nonetheless the
long.
same.
Now y'all
I'm
are
just
backing
telling you.
down on the point y'all
I'm
were
not
Hey,
making.
can I
backing out.
respond? Hey,
Too
Dynas,
long.
can I
Oh my
respond?
God, bro.
I just want to say, because I'm about to get off. That man, yo, look, he's young, bro. Like the difference between Dynas was already a salesman.
Exactly.
He knew a lot of stuff, right? And so
Yeah,
like this guy's young. You got to remember, he didn't even know who Kwame Nkrumah was, bro. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like so, like this is a very young man, and like I mean, you just got to give him a grain of salt for what he did. What he
Yeah.
did is what he did for his audience, and he did a great job, bro. But you know what I'm saying? So I kind of see both sides, but you got to take into consideration his age. Maybe when he gets about Dinah's age or my age, he'll be even better. And when he go back to Africa, maybe his
I
subscriber
don't
will be
disagree with that at all.
subscribership will be a lot larger. You know what I'm saying? And he can do a lot more. But for a young man, a man who's just 21, bro. When I was 21, I was in the streets. You
I
know what I'm
agree
saying? So a man
100%.
that young, bro, man, he did a great job, bro.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
Skywalker, he
agree.
just there on some silly shit. That's what he really is. Wisdom never speak is he just saying it in a politically correct way. My kids watch Ishowspeed, and it's just some silly backward flip shit. Dinah's over there, goddamn mercy. He drinking palm oil all on the side of the road. He having conversations with people. He having conversation with different people, learning all this stuff and going to the village, spending days over there. Ishowspeed is over there on some silly shit. He ain't talking about no investments, how to move and shake. He putting out no information.
Now,
so
look,
it's
brother,
different. You can't expect somebody that do goofy,
young
silly
dude.
shit,
I got
that
you.
doing flips and all that shit to come over there investment. If Martin Lamont Hill that don't even know what a woman is, go over there to goddamn Africa, he wouldn't even get nothing. So what I'm saying is that you want a person that dealing with comedy and goofy shit and think that somebody else that would went over there on some business shit would get the same type of attention. It wouldn't have happened. And the reason why they giving all these superstars citizenship is because they superstars. Hey Donis, I don't know if you know this, right? I think Samuel Jackson got citizenship in Angola
and Gabon.
And Gabon. And he said he ain't been over there. He ain't been back over there since. So a lot of these entertainers, they getting these citizenship, but they don't go back. They just got the citizenship because it's a marketing ploy. You get what I'm saying? That's all that is. They're not going over there. It's gonna be the regular person that works 9 to 5 or regular jobs or military, got pension. Those are the ones that are gonna go. You get what I'm saying? Not these superstars. They're not going over there. They'll go over there when it's time for the celebration or like Calabar Festival or Dirty December, but they're not going over there to immerse. So wisdom never see. It's a thing with black people, and I understand wisdom never sleep. Two things can be right at the same time, but as black people, we always got to be exact on something, then call somebody out their name. You get what I'm saying? Wisdom never sleep was right, and Wall Street Willie was right. But the point is, Wall Street Willie want to try to act like that if somebody else went over there with the intellectual properties, that he would have got some type of attention. He would have got nothing. It would have been no cameras. It would have been no security. It wouldn't have been on all social media network. But the goofy, backward flip, cringy dude, he gets that and he's on there just to make people happy and smile and laugh. And that's some kid, silly, goofy shit. And I pass the mic.
Right. Here, Donna, since you brought up my name, can I respond? Just since you said my name, and again, I'm gonna keep it short. That's the point I was making.
Oh my God, I apologize for saying your name. I ain't know just saying your name was gonna prompt a 5-minute response. God damn.
No drama, bro.
I reboot saying your name, bro. I rebuke it.
Bro. Let me get in and out. Let me just get in and out, right? That was the original point that I was making, right? So when I heard the other brother speaking, he was speaking very much like he was in some way an ambassador of culture. That was the only thing I was challenging.
No, that's how you took it.
Again, wait,
that's how you take things, Willie. He didn't say that. Bro. That's how you take things. You break stuff down like a female would. That is not what Wisdom Never Sleep said. He didn't say not one word about it. That was your interpretation. You alone. Your Willie feminine intuition. That's how you took it.
See, and I'm trying to be as masculine as I can and not crash, right? So what I'm saying is, right, that wasn't the point, right? The point was that when I'm looking at this, I see the opportunity, right, for Black people to be welcomed on the continent, right? And if it was the right person, all of your criticisms, right, of the country, right, could be alleviated. Now you get the right person talking about electrical grids, right, and seeing the generators and whatnot, right? Now you get the right person having these conversations. Well, what do you need when I go back home? I got people out there. I got a real big name. Now, I don't disagree with you that nobody else probably would have gotten that following because of his following, right? And again, I want to be abundantly clear. I am in no way saying what he's doing isn't good. I love to see the brother out there, especially with all these goofy FBAs running around.
Nobody cares what you think, Willie. Nobody cares what you think.
Bro.
Nobody cares what you think. You're just filibuster, bro. Nobody cares. You was wrong. You was wrong, and then you called him out his name. Then you wrong, and you called that man. You called him out his name. Somebody that's older than you that had a different point. You called him out his name. That show how lame you are, bro.
I almost had to pay the tariff.
You just lame like that. Yeah. Do whatever you do. You lame as fuck, bro.
I never called little bro out his name.
You did. You called him a goofy.
No, I called you a goofy.
Boy, no, you did.
You called me a goofy.
Yo,
Yeah,
you so, boy, you
I
so
wasn't talking
stupid,
about
bro.
the
I
little
wasn't even
brother.
talking, damn it. You call him a
Let me know
goofy.
when you finish having your period,
But
and
you
then just
just
let me
lie.
wrap up.
You lie. You
I'm
act
gonna
like
give
the
you the
hoe that
floor back.
raised you, bro.
Let
I
her have your
guarantee you, if
period
your
and let me
mama was
wrap up.
sitting right there, you can tell the difference between
Hey,
you
all
and her
right,
talking.
yeah. Okay, hold on. We got to pass. Go ahead, Bang.
Weird.
Go ahead,
Like,
Bang.
just let me land real quick. I
God
just want to be
damn, how
clear
many
and say
planes you
this.
gonna land, bro?
I just want to be clear and say this,
Fuck.
right? I'm not gonna let nobody put no smut on my name. What he's doing is beautiful, especially in this climate of all this FBA goofiness. That was what I wanted to say, right? My only thing was I wish it could have been someone a bit more impactful. It would have been more beneficial to both sides. And I'll land there. Now
All
go
right,
let this goofy
all right, go ahead, Bang. Let me
Dennis,
pass the
so
Bang. I got. Oh, CD, I'm
not
gonna
you,
pass
bro.
the
I was
Bang.
talking
And I
about the
pass to
other
you,
goofy.
CD. Go ahead, Bang. Go ahead, Bang.
okay.
After CD, no problem. No problem. After
All
CD.
right, go ahead, CD.
Yeah, so you know, I was having conversation with my son and my daughter about Ishowspeed. So I asked him, I said, well, do you know Ishowspeed? He said yes. I said, well, you know, watching Africa. He said, oh, you follow him too? I said, no, I don't follow him. I just got to know about him when he went to Africa, you know. I said, but what you really like about him? He said, well, Spider-Man, and also play the same video game, you know. And I said, well, don't get distracted because he's very smart in school. I don't want him to be distracted. I said, don't get distracted. There are millions of kids that want to be like him, but only one person will always be Astro Speed, and it's only Astro Speed. Your school, I told my daughter the same thing. And this is what we need to be careful with because there's going to be a distraction for a lot of black kids. You know, they all want to try to be like Astro Speed, and that's going to be a disaster. We have to be very, very careful, especially most of the places that he went, they were showing him went to Ethiopia, they were telling him what this is the country where the only country that never had independent. And also,
Yeah, you're
and when he
muffled.
went showing the oldest the right, the oldest French school that was Cinco, Sekou Touré, Ofoy, all these former French president went to. Morobo Keita, the all Pan-African leader, all of them went to that high school. But he didn't even know the name that this guy was mentioning to him, right? But I don't want my kid to be ignorant like that, even they have not reached his age, but they are focused right now in school. So I was telling them, you have to be a little bit careful. Just you can watch him, but just focus on your school, right? And the second thing, True Niger was talking about Ghana. I think what True Niger was saying about Ghana is 100% true. I remember when Liberia Civil War broke out, Une Guinea, Conakry, and Nigeria fight that war seriously. Sierra Leone contributed, other West African country contributed, but Ghanaians did not play any part. Right? They even Kwame Nkrumah was a Pan African, but besides him, Ghanaians try to play a little bit game when it comes down to things like that, right? So they wanted to be standing up there to say, well, Speed visiting Ghana was completely different. But when you talk about fighting for West Africa in terms of war breakout in any part of West Africa, Nigeria do a lot compared to any other West African country. You know,
All right,
even though Speed visit to Nigeria was not that great, they didn't welcome the way we expected it, but they are far better than any other West African country. You know, that's what I wanted to say.
hey, Bang. You there, Bang?
Yeah.
Read,
Yeah.
read,
Yes, sir.
read, 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 read this. You see the screen? I'm sharing the screen.
Um. I'm on my phone. Not
Okay.
much.
Your herdsman association, the president and two others were arrested for aiding, kidnapping, and banditry in Carver State.
Oh, Carver State.
Wow.
Oh, that happens. That that happens everywhere. Even in Southwest and Southeast, the Middleburg and all that. They capture other like ethnic groups and does the same thing.
The
It does it.
because it was funny. We were
It does the
talking
same
about this.
thing.
I think two Nigel was on with us, and we were talking about this, the Miyetti Allah, that herdsman, that cattle herdsman association, the Fulani Cattle Herdsman Association.
No, that's not what it stands for. That's not what it stands for.
That's what it is.
No. That's not what it stands for. Menti Allah is not for band-aid and kidnapping. It's not.
But what I'm saying is the Herdsman Association, but the president is funding the banditry and the kidnapping.
No, the president is not funding the bandit and the kidnapping. Like
that's right. He just got arrested.
No, I understand that. They came from the north. They did it in the north. What I'm trying to say is, let's be fair. People that come from the south, they live in the south, kidnap their own people as well. People that come from the southwest.
Oh man, here we go, man. Oh boy,
Dennis, are you telling me?
Here we go.
Dennis, are you saying nobody? Like, are you saying like in the southwest, in the southeast, in the middle belt, no kidnapping ever goes around?
He's not saying that doesn't happen. He's talking about a specific moment, right here, bang.
Yeah, of course. I've said that plenty of times. Of course, there's some Fulanese that does such a thing. I said it every time I come to your panel, Dennis. Whenever that topic comes up, I do agree. There are some Fulanese that does some things that I don't never conclude. I will never come and praise a bandit or somebody that do kidnapping. I've said it plenty of times. I've said the Fulanese does such a thing. But what I despise about people that come up here, they saying that everything that happens in Nigeria, every bad thing is the Fulanese. That's what I said. The math does not make sense. Because anybody, if you come from the southwest, right? If a Fulani comes to your town and does such a thing like this, that means the Yorubas agree to it. The Yorubas involved.
Agree to it. All right, I was off topic. Let's get back on topic.
Hey, I was just gonna say that's your fault, Dinas. That's your fault.
Let's get back on topic. Go on. Let's get back. I was just giving a hard time. Let's get back on topic. Go ahead.
Okay, Dennis. Let me give a praise to Ishowspeed. He's a young man. I'm not gonna come out here and try to downplay a young man for his success like this. I'm not at all. I'm not gonna try to like pick and choose and stuff like that, because let's be fair, most of us that were in our early 20s, we were doing something else that we can't even come out here and say such a thing. So for him to do such a thing like that for the past couple years now, and the way he carried himself, because imagine you go to a country that you're not familiar with, and then they show you all these things, but at the same time you control yourself as a professional. I mean, let's be fair now. You gotta give it to the kid, man. You got to give it to him. He's not. He wasn't famous for his super brain, like how much he knows about the world. He wasn't famous for that. Let's be honest. He wasn't famous for that. There's some people very, very smart. They will never be publicly famous, but they will be publicly famous behind closed doors when they create things, when they develop things. You understand me, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's take off a little bit, man, because I sense some type of hate a little bit. Overall.
Well,
but anyway,
I mean, you ain't gotta hate.
This is what I gotta say, right? This is what I gotta say, right?
No, you just said what you had to say. Now you saying something extra?
Shaw, let Bang finish. Go ahead, Bang.
Shut your sister faggot ass up. You come over here all the time with that faggot shit.
Stop it. Go ahead, Bang. Go ahead, Bang.
You have a bunch of Black Americans interested in Africa, right? The ones that that consider themselves, that people came from Africa as well, and all these things, right? You got, and then at the same time, you got some of them that praise American Liberians, what they did. They praise it in a way that it's like more for ritual to them. That's like me as an African coming to America and then praise Robert Lee and his people, what they did. Why they went to.
No, it's not. No,
let's be fair. It is. Let's be fair with it.
As a Black American, I understand this point.
No, Diners, let's be fair. Let's be fair. If you look at the details, if you look at everything for what it is, exactly what it is, right? Because yesterday you did a topic, right? How come? Bang.
Show me the American Liberian president that was worse than Samuel Doe, an indigenous man.
No.
Samuel
Doe was a hero. Samuel Doe was a hero. I can prove it.
No, Samuel Doe was not a hero. Samuel Doe was a failure.
No. Listen. Let me tell you why.
Doe was a failure, man.
I don't have today.
No. Let me tell
Okay,
you
all
why.
right.
Let
So,
me tell you why.
okay, am I gonna get a chance
Let
to
me tell
speak?
you why
Bro,
Samuel
I'm
Doe
a
was
new
a hero.
speaker.
boy, shut your faggot ass
Oh
up.
my
You
God,
shouldn't even be up here
man.
talking
Oh,
anyway, you fucking
right.
gay boy.
Oh, I got a fan. I got a fan.
No,
Dinus,
no,
you
you
gonna
a
let him?
fag.
You
That's
gonna
Man,
what
let
it
him?
is.
say
You
you
gonna let him?
Americans and talk for
You
You
got
hours,
it.
gonna
right?
let
Now
him
let's
turn your
stop.
show into a circus,
America,
Listen,
Dinus?
allow
hold on,
people
hold
that
on,
barely
hold on,
come
hold on.
in and
This show
speak.
is for everybody. Let's stop with the homophobic
Right.
comments. This show is for everybody. It's for
Oh,
everybody.
I'm not homophobic, but I just know that no type of
You
black
don't know me.
empowerment
Okay,
ain't nobody gonna listen to no
okay.
faggot.
He's turning your
So
show
he's
into a
welcome.
circus,
Yeah, he's
Dinus.
definitely welcome.
He
Nobody
don't
ain't
know
listening
me.
to you,
You
faggot.
don't know what I like or
Speaking
what I
that
Look
way
do,
isn't a good
when
representation.
you look at the
Let's just
Civil War in
all
America, right, that
be
took
on our
and,
place.
best
When you look at
he's
the
behavior.
Civil
silly,
War,
and he must like
when you
me.
look at the Civil War in America that took place, right?
Okay, okay.
Majority
Oh,
of
hold on, Sean. Hold on. Go ahead, Bang.
majority of the reasons that
Mm-hmm.
the people from the South fighting for, they want to keep slavery the way it's supposed to be
Correct.
because it
Mm-hmm.
benefits them. You
Right.
understand me, right?
Okay.
Okay. So then if you are in the military, like in Virginia up here, you got streets, Robert Lee, all that
Correct.
named by him. You got military bases named by
Okay.
the same person. You got statues all over the
Confederates.
South.
Bang, bang, bang.
All
I
over
need
the
you to
South.
land, bro. Go ahead.
All over the South, right? And then yesterday you did the topic, how come Samuel Doe it's not been whatever it is, right? Because the reason is the people that still control Liberia still has a foot in Liberia. In the
Oh
sense that
Lord. Oh
I'm
God.
telling you,
That's not
I'm
true.
Oh
telling just like how
Lord. Man.
just like how if black Americans control America, they will remove every name that says Robert Lee on it. Right on, right?
Probably.
Exactly. So it proves my point. The reason why Samuel Doe is not a hero because the same people that got Liberia to the way it is as we speak right now, those are the same people that control Liberia because they want Liberia to be the same way as it is. Because you know why? They cannot control Liberia in numbers wise, but they can control Liberia behind the door.
That's
Behind the
not
That's
door.
true.
exactly
That's not
yes,
true,
exactly.
man.
But
No, that is
I get
true.
his
behind the
point.
door. Behind the door.
No, come on, let's be honest.
Behind the
Bang,
door.
behind the door. Okay, bang.
Let's be honest now. Look at
Go ahead.
how Liberia really works. Look at
Okay,
how
all
Liberia
right,
really
all
works.
right, all right,
You know exactly what I'm
All
trying to
I
say.
all right.
know, bang. All I know
You
is
you cannot be part of that.
all I know is after the coup of 1980, Liberia has been in the dump since.
In the
Definitely, that's
cherry
true. That's
dumpster.
100%.
You cannot
Since
be you
Bang, bang,
cannot
hold
be
on,
Pan
bang, bang, bang,
Africanist.
bang, bang. All I know is that when even how allegedly how bad the American Liberians were and all this other stuff, the indigenous population were not immigrating to America en masse like they did
Correct.
once they took power.
they
Correct.
were not even
Dennis, you
bad.
cannot
The,
be
the,
Pan
the, the, the,
Okay,
the
Africanist.
issue
all
You
right,
cannot be Pan
is
That's all
Africanist
I know.
and
That's
then
all I know.
all right. So may I speak
America.
now as a new
I
speaker?
disagree with you.
Bang, bang, bang.
I disagree with you. You cannot.
If the American
You
Liberians were
cannot.
so bad, why weren't the indigenous tribe trying to seek refuge here in
You
America
cannot. You cannot. You cannot.
in
You
the
cannot.
same numbers as they are
Then,
once they took power?
Because they
Why?
fought their
yep.
war.
at the same time,
Why?
you cannot say Africans are tribalists because essentially what you're doing is now you picking your people, which is American Liberians, because
I'm
you
just
do
asking.
what they did.
The question. No,
You
no,
do
bang.
do what they
I'm just
did.
asking a simple
Dennis, if
question.
you was the president,
I'm just
would
asking.
you?
Bang, bang. I'm just asking a simple question. If the American Liberians were so bad, why weren't the indigenous population seeking refuge and leaving Liberia and coming to America in the same number that they are once they took power? That's all I'm asking.
That's not clear what you're saying. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you
Yeah,
why.
because
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you.
It's not clear.
Looks
Listen,
like
Ghana,
it's not
he
clear.
things
got you
work
Let me
there.
against
understand.
each
Let
I'm
me tell you
asking
why
a
that's not
Looks
question,
like
clear.
he
bang,
got you
bang,
there.
No,
bang.
hold on,
Bang.
hold
Let
on,
me
hold
repeat
on.
my question. If the American Liberians were so bad, were so
So oppressive.
oppressive,
Why
were
were they not
enslaving
seeking refuge?
everybody, it was just so bad. Why wasn't the indigenous population
Seeking
trying to
refuge.
leave and seek refuge and immigrate to America back then, like they were once they took power?
You see how every black Americans, right? That's on this
What?
panel right here. Majority of you,
Oh,
Come on, bang. Come
majority of
on,
black
bro. Come
Americans,
on. Answer the
oh
but at the
man.
question,
same
man.
time,
You
that's
better
why
than
no,
that,
these
bro.
are the
You
same
better
people
than
that call
that, bro.
Africans.
You
There's not
better
These
than
are
that,
the
discrimination.
same
bro.
people that call Africans tribalists. These are the same people. When
You're not
enslaved people,
answering
Oh
the
Lord,
question,
I'm just
man,
no,
bang.
asking
Come
a
on,
no,
question.
bro.
no, 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 no. okay.
You're not
The
answering the
American Liberia.
question, bro.
Okay. Well, Samuel Doe took power in 1980 something, right? I forgot
1980.
exactly what year it was.
Right.
Okay. So during this time, you had Africans fleeing Africa, to come to America, and then in all other places, right?
No, that's not true. Nigerians were not traveling.
Hold on.
Hold on,
You see, the
Bang,
country.
hold on, Bang. I
The
got another
country
one for you.
itself.
Bang, you're not gonna answer the question, Bang. So I got
No,
another one for you.
I will.
Bang, I got.
No, you can't. You can't.
No, I will.
Bang, I
You
got.
haven't. You haven't. You
You
haven't. You
had
haven't.
your
I'll
chance,
give
bro.
Bang half my time when I get to
How's
speak.
smart?
When I get to speak, I'll give you half my time, bro.
Okay.
I do not believe anybody truly care about Africa if you approve what America Liberia did.
Okay, hey, hold on. I got another one for you, Bang. Hold on, I got another one for you. Hold on, got another one for you. Hold on, I got another question for you. Hold on.
When you check the history.
So what they did? What they did?
When you check the history, America Liberians, prior to that time, they were nothing but savages.
Who was the vice president for Togo?
They were nothing but savages. Who
was the vice president?
Liberia. Every contract that the American Liberia, did with Firestone and all these Western countries are still active right now.
Okay, hold on.
Bang.
Do you see the screen? Do you see the screen?
Yeah, I see. I see a building.
Okay, so this is the Ducor Hotel during Americo Liberian rule. Do you want to see the Ducor Hotel? Do you want to see the Ducor Hotel now? Do you want to see the Ducor Hotel now?
Is it?
Oh no.
Do you want to see the Ducor Hotel now? Do you want me to show you the Ducor Hotel?
Go ahead.
I don't. I feel like you're about to break my heart.
No.
Do you want to see the Ducor Hotel now?
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. Do you want to see Hotel Africa? Okay, let me show you. Let me show you Hotel Africa during American Liberian rule, and let me show you Hotel Africa once the indigenous population took over.
I'm gonna respond to you.
No, hold on.
Because that's like me. That's like me as an African coming to America praising Robert Lee. Would y'all respect me?
No.
That was the most beautiful hotel downtown in the world of West Africa.
But you don't understand.
Would y'all respect me as an African if I praise Robert Lee 24/7?
But Bang, what you don't understand, even after the Civil War, America
would you respect
has
me
infrastructure.
if I do such a thing?
Even after the Civil War, America has infrastructure. When the indigenous population did what they did, what happened to Liberia? That's all I'm asking.
But Dinas, everywhere you go, every state you go, you have a statue or you have some type of name that says Robert Lee on it.
Lord, you just
Man, you ain't come on, bro. You ain't answering the question, bro.
Okay, what's the question?
Just stay focused on the question, bro. You'll be all right. I get what you're saying, but just answer his question and then elaborate. You're instead of answering the question, you're going on another topic. Just answer his question and then go off.
He's saying that the American Liberian is so bad. Why has the infrastructure been negatively affected?
Because the country would destroy everything. The native destroy everything. They burn down everything.
Let me answer the question, right? The issue with Liberia currently, as we speak, right? The American Liberia has control of the country.
No, that's not true.
No, they do. They do. Every aspect of the country that's very important is still under American Liberia. Every aspect.
I thought Firestone owned a lot of Liberia.
Every aspect of the country that's very important.
So what about Firestone? Firestone's like 500,000 acres or some shit.
No,
they burn everything down. The country people burn everything down.
They do. They have a lot of stake in Liberia.
Let me give you another perfect example, right? Like a majority of y'all, right? Support the AES, right? And everything, right? Blah blah and stuff like that, and then prove what they're doing, to a certain extent, right? Okay, so what the AES are doing, they taking control of their country, right? They making sure that Westerners can't come to their country and dictate everything and sign this right here, right? Okay, you understand me, right? So
God damn, bang. You're not bang. You're starting to frustrate me because you're not answering the question. Once again,
you're not bang. Come on, bro. Hey, Diana, let me ask a look, but Bang. You know you cool with me, bro. You're not. Bang, just calm down for a second. You're not answering the question. He asking you a simple question. After you give the answer, then you can do all the rest of the stuff. But the question, Bang, you know you cool with me, bro. What he's asking you is that when
What's
the
the reason
American
for the
Liberians
downfall
had
in the
control of the
infrastructure?
country, they had control of the country, all the infrastructure. And once the coup happened or whatever happened, they put the people up on the poles and they killed them. When the native people took over, you get what I'm saying? And now the country's looking like it's looking. Why is it so many people coming from that country trying to get to America now and not when the American Liberians had it? If it was so bad when the Americans Liberians, it's a simple question. Just answer that question before you move on to another topic.
Dennis, can I answer
answered the
that
question.
question?
Let Bang answer the question.
This is what
Let me
I said.
answer.
This is
Let
what
me
I
answer
said.
the
This is
question.
what I
City,
said,
City,
right?
bang, bang,
Every
listen. Bang, bang,
every
bang.
aspect of the
No,
country,
bang,
of
bang,
developing
bang.
country.
Bang,
Oh
bang.
my God.
Listen, bang. If you don't answer the question, I'm gonna remove you the panel. You're just talking in circles.
Let me answer the
And
question.
so, City, bang, you got 30 seconds to answer the question. Go ahead.
Every aspect of the country that's important, like once it comes to development wise, it's still under American Liberians.
That's bang, bye, bang.
Bang, come on, bro. And I
Okay,
like you,
okay,
man.
all
And
right, all
you
right. It's
my
my
dog,
turn.
bro. I like you. That ain't it, bro.
Are we going back to Ishowspeed in
Well,
Africa?
yeah. Let me, Shaw, go ahead, Shaw, and then I'll pass it to Delroy. Go ahead, Shaw.
All right.
And
So
then we'll-
I've been watching the young brother, and I think that I've heard some of the comments, but not a lot in here. But I was thinking about him earlier today because I never
Of
knew
course
about him
you were,
until
because you're a Skittle guzzler.
is this what we doing? Dinus? Dinus, is this what we doing?
Hustle smart. Come on, bro. Come
Hey,
on.
that's
Yeah.
the last one. That's the
Yeah,
last one,
because
bro.
I mean, I thought that we did this already. We cussed each other out. I talked about his mother and his fatness and
Go
selling
ahead,
dope.
bro. Go ahead,
So,
bro.
Oh,
all right. So
I
anyway,
don't remember you talking about my mom, but
Hold
Oh
on.
okay.
no. Okay.
Listen,
Yeah.
bro.
so anyway, I show
Because you
speed
want to be my
to me.
mom.
I show speed. I think is he's a young brother. I think that he comes from a family that is not really that exposed to some of the more progressive or African centered kind of thoughts and views,
I'd agree.
which is why his father argued that he wasn't African, he wasn't from Africa or wasn't African, something like that. So he's a regular black kid, and I
Right.
think that this is gonna really shape him in a way, and that it's going to open his mind to the what he means and what his presence and his visibility and exposure
His
uh
voice.
can what his voice is going to be able to do, because I also think that they kind of coached him on not being political at all, because I don't even think he really is political per se. But I think that man, this young brother, man, he's a special kid. He's very special, and I think that everybody saw that in him. I often wonder, though, at the time in which he traveled through Africa, with all the stuff that's going on in Africa, that was it a distraction? And then I said, well, maybe not. Maybe this is just the way that it's his destiny and the way that it's supposed to be, because whatever it is, it looks like it's been turned into something positive. And yeah, so that overall for me, it's been a very positive thing for both the United States and for Africa. His presence there.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Delroy.
Hey Dennis, how you doing?
Doing good.
Hey, listen, you didn't read my super chat.
Hold on. Oh, that was you. Oh, let me read that. Tarhaka, okay, that's you. Okay, Tarhaka 3897. Serena Williams invests $50 million in a tech company in Nigeria, and she doesn't live there. Thank you for the $5 holla. My bad. Go ahead.
Okay. Like the brother just said, Ishowspeed was arguing with his father about FBA. He said, "No, Dad, we're African. No, we ain't African. So that was important. So he's not as dumb and clueless as people think.
I agree.
All right. And anyway, he did this job that he was supposed to do. He didn't have to incorporate meeting the different ethnic group. I mean, in Namibia, he meet the Himba people, dressed like them, and so forth and so on. In Eswatini, he did something else with the with the culture that's there. So he didn't have to put that in there. He could have just went straight up like he did in Europe, like he did in China and Asia, Indonesia, different places that he went to. But at the end of the stream, when he was in Namibia, and he sat down and he talked about how he feel. He said this changed his life, right? And he said it's changed his life for the better. He said, I really feel I could do this. I mean, I know I could do it before, but I really feel I could do this now. You see what I'm saying? And this really changed my life, right? As far as the giving up the passport and stuff like that, well, Ghana do that a lot, and it helped promote tourism and so forth and so on. But part of his DNA, most of his DNA, is through his mom, and his mom is through one of the ethnic group from Ghana. So that was easy. You see what I'm saying? All of the countries, they did a decent job showing their culture. I think Nigeria could have done a much better job, but Nigeria is vast. You see what I'm saying? It's vast. You could have went to the Yoruba, you could have went to the Igbos in the north, all over the goddamn place. It's vast. It would have taken too much time to do Nigeria correctly, and Nigeria has so much to offer. It was just too much. So that's why I think it kind of went astray. I think if the Nigerians would do it again, they would do some other stuff that would have been different, right? Because they got this stigma on them now and say, oh, Nigeria and begging. They were begging other places also. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't just Nigeria. They're doing it in Ghana, right? And Kenya, right? But people not watching that. They're not seeing it. But they're waiting for Nigeria to do something, and they're pounding them. What this part where he started in Nigeria, where he started the stream, he shouldn't have started there. Right, he could have started like how he did in Ghana, but like I said, it's the planning wasn't good, because he could have started in a more cultural setting and stuff like that. Right, the planning wasn't good, but overall, he did an excellent job, and is not that dumb as people think. He did some research before he came to Africa too. All right. And when he was in Egypt and he was asking those questions and about the nose, broken nose and stuff like that, he's like put his nose up in the air and said, okay, if you say so. You see what I'm saying? So in his head, right? But he still got to be show about it. He is putting on the show. You see what I'm saying? He is putting on the show. So he still got to keep that type of composure about it, right? And he had to also it's scheduled, so he has to also step. Everything got to move step by step. He got to move, and you could tell when he's on set. It's like a movie set to me. He's telling his crew, "Okay, we ain't got time for this. We got to move there." And sometimes his crew remind him, "Now we have to move now." You see what I'm saying? So everything kind of rush. But I'm just say this last thing: a lot of is not only children or young people. You see what I'm saying? A lot of adults was watching him also. Grown people was watching him. And a lot of them that have degrees, right? All kind of masters in this, didn't know shit about Africa. Right?
And
They
they're
did
seeing
not.
how he's treated.
A lot of them too. You could see the people on YouTube, grown adults come on YouTube saying, man, I didn't know African. It's silly. You see what I'm saying? It's silly. And the reason, Diana, that your thing is different. You want to immerse yourself in the culture and show that part of Africa. So when people tell you, this, that, and that, you see what I'm saying? You stuck to your gun. You see? And now it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off big time, because this Ishowspeed is even a big boost for you and others. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Hey, Dinas, can I drop the? I'm finna get ready to drop off. I want to ask you first, because your platform. Somebody emailed me and asked, can they drop that link in the back chat for the Benin City thing? I wanted to ask you before I drop something in the
What
in the chat.
What Benin City?
I dropped it already.
I know you dropped it in the back chat. Somebody
Oh,
emailed me.
I put it in the main chat. I put it in the main chat. But I
Okay,
put it.
now somebody just asked me to do it. Maybe they, you know how like if you come on, you don't see the
Oh,
messages.
okay. I'll put it again.
Okay, gotcha. That was it, man. I'm gonna drop off. Let somebody else get some room to come up, man.
Good night to you all
And
as well. And like I said, my hopes is the same thing, that it will boost what you're doing for travel. At least people can go to Africa, that they'll be searching out for channels like yours and others that do trips, and they'll want to go. And that's what my hopes is, and that the interest in Africa as interest in America will bring more and more closeness to that. So y'all have a great night.
Shout out Wisdom. Fuck you, faggot ass Shy. Eat a dick, bitch.
Come on. Come on, man.
Diners, I wanted to say this real quick, right?
Go ahead.
A couple
We'll
of the
close
last
out.
brothers that spoke, and they spoke specifically to the time in his life that this is, right? That resonated with me, right? Because some of the ambassadorship that I would like to see, maybe he's becoming that, right? So that was a very valid point that was made. So again, I was never criticizing him do it, but I'm always skeptical of the next wave, what follows. So now we have this kid who, you know, has had this great welcome, right? That most blacks would look for if we went to the continent, right? What comes behind that? Is the next wave of it something progressive, or is the next wave of it something just exploitive? And, you know, the story has to be written. I can't say that I know what it's going to be, but these were the only points I was making in my slight, you know, skepticism of how great this moment is. But listening to the bros, right? Like, I totally get it. And the main part that hit home was him saying, because I saw that part of the stream where he was saying, this is like a unbelievable moment in my life. That's what most like Black Americans say when they go back to the continent. That's how I felt when I went to Ghana. You know what I mean? So I get that point, and he could be in the beginning stages of something great. So I respect those opinions. I just want it to be known. I acknowledge that. I see those points.
What about Wode Maya? You know, the young brother who does similar stuff. Even he's from the continent, but he's traveled to Guyana, Jamaica. He's traveled all over. And there's some other brothers too that travel all over where you know, black folks are in the world. So he's
It's
not the only
just
one.
a yeah. It's just a platform that he have. That's all it is. That's all it is. But Woodemai, people like Woodemai, Dynast and stuff like that, they do more in-depth stuff. You see what I'm saying? But they don't have the platform. If they had the type of platform,
The
then
views.
definitely, you know. But it's just a platform. It's just a platform that others don't have, and he has it.
which
And
which is
you know,
interesting because what is he doing? He's not doing anything
He's
in
just
depth.
passing through.
He's doing
he
very
don't.
superficial stuff. He's doing
That's
competitive stuff. He's
exactly, and that's
doing
perfect,
athletic stuff,
and it's
and
perfect. It's perfect.
I will say it is good
It's
to see.
perfect.
It is
I
good to see
guess
that when, you
No,
know,
not yes. You,
hold
it's
on, real
no. I
perfect. What
mean
quick,
he's doing is
it's
perfect.
it's
real
perfect
quick. It
for
is good
what?
to
For
see, right,
entertainment.
as a
No,
black
no.
American. Hold on, it is good to see as a black American when I
It's
hear some of the criticism of how the world views us. To see
you.
this normal black kid,
You ever seen
to see
someone
this
cry?
normal black kid be treated well, right? So
Well,
now a lot of the things that are thrown at us, and you're looked at as the bottom of the barrel and all that. I'm watching people run behind his Yukon, right? So
Yeah,
you ever
but
see?
what is
Oh,
he
but can I say
doing?
something real quick? Have anybody? Do you see how much people got extremely emotional watching him doing silly
yeah,
stuff? Did
yeah.
you see? You ever seen anyone
Yeah.
cry with Dynast or with the eye showing something?
Nah, people. A couple people have cried with me.
Okay, on your trip,
Yeah.
I've cried on the
on
stream or
on your
two.
trip, on your trip, Dynast. That's different when you're there. I'm
No.
talking about random people on YouTube, on
I
TikTok.
get your point.
I
You see
get
what
your
I'm
point,
saying?
but I mean that's
So
also
yeah,
part of it is a
doing
numbers
silly,
game.
doing 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 silly stuff. It's perfect for what he was doing for his age and and most of his audience. It's perfect.
Yeah,
All he's doing is
I agree with that.
introducing. He's not teaching or anything like that, right? He's introducing. That's it. That's it. No more. You can't expect no more from him. You see what I'm saying? He just introducing, doing silly stuff.
I
All
mean,
right.
what does he do? He goes and he goes places and he does these competitive things. He does kind of sports stuff, and that's what he does, right?
Yes, and that's his whole platform.
Okay, okay,
And that's it. Just showcasing.
yeah,
That's it. He don't need to do no more.
yeah. Well, he's got it. He's whatever he's got. It's nobody can give you that but God. Really, to be honest
The
with you.
travel component has always been a part of his, business. Well, not always, but recently has been a part of his business model. Like going from town to town and
You're right. It's
seeing how
traveling.
the different people are. That's a part of his business model.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, he started doing stuff in his almost burned his damn mama house down. You see, doing
Yeah,
stupid stuff in his house, in his
right.
mama house. You see what I'm saying?
It's
Playing
amazing.
video games like a normal, energetic kid.
Someone
You
made
see?
the point
You
of
never
the
know.
conversation he had with his dad, and his dad was kind of taking that FBA stance,
Yes, they
like,
were
"Yo,
back
we
and forth
not a,
arguing,
that was interesting." You know what I
and he
mean?
was saying he's African. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Now he didn't have to say that.
yeah.
He's young. You see what I'm saying? Where did he get that from? Something was in him also.
I think a big part of his wealth opens him up to things and information and ways of thinking, and I
Yeah,
think, yeah,
Well,
he's in a
yeah, no,
exactly.
privileged
that's part of
position.
it.
Yeah.
But the popularity brought the wealth. But
Yeah.
a lot of but the thing I think about too, y'all, is the fact that these people that sit behind the scenes in YouTube and these other social medias, they're gatekeepers too, and they can influence who they want to get all these followers and get all this exposure. So they can take the stuff that's not really deep and political and boost the shit up and make it boom. And then the stuff that is really deep and it has meaning and it could do a lot of stuff, they keep the shit low. They keep it down. They keep the algorithms keep it down. So there's also that you have to take into consideration too in terms of his popularity and the gatekeepers behind the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, doing silly stuff because you see like a lot of different rappers or a matter of fact, some of the stupidest thing on YouTube makes so much money. Just people arguing back and forth makes so much money. That's what the platform does, and they will put people going to click on it like a fight around the way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People are going to click on it. Oh shit, let me see this. A shooting. The silliest, stupidest
So
thing.
you're saying that
You see?
it's people driven and not the people behind the scenes saying we're gonna boost this bullshit up because it's not political, but the political stuff. You're saying that they don't gatekeep and they don't do shit to behind the scenes. That's what you're saying.
They always gonna do that. They're always gonna do that. But sometimes it backfiring them. You see what I'm saying?
Good
Like
point.
Speed going to Africa
Hmm.
and doing all these so-called silly stuff in Africa. You see what I'm saying? It gives so much exposure that they now might have eyes on him because of that.
So
You see what I'm saying?
here's a hard part of the conversation to interject because it's gonna come off like you're being negative to the kid. Again, I want to preface that even in what I'm about to bring up, I don't think he was necessarily guilty or trying to defraud anyone, right? But he was connected to a pretty big Bitcoin scandal, right? Like he was sued, the Bitcoin company was sued. My concern with a portion of what I'm seeing is the things that'll, like I said, come behind it, right? So you see these people that have this influence, and yeah, you can now sell them a bad Bitcoin, right? And they're suing for the rest of their lives. They're in court for the next 10 years. Right now, I'm not, again, even in the case he's involved in, when I looked at it, I was like, nah, he didn't really know. He was just offered some money to advertise his Bitcoin. He signed, he did his photo shoot, and that was it for him. But what was behind it was something nefarious, right? So those are the things that I'm concerned about, right? And
N-
I'm
n-
not putting that smut on his name
No,
at all.
no different than a lot of these young athletes. No different than a lot of these young
Yeah.
athletes
It's
that
about
sign a
how
contract or do
the
this,
stardom gets
and that's
used.
it.
Yeah.
What got me about this brother is, just watching the videos is how he's welcome when he comes into these countries. It destroys a lot of notions and myths that we believe in the
I
African
agree.
American community. Um, that Africans don't like us. You know, I just think this brings the diaspora together. What Speed is doing, and it's simple. What he's doing, he's just going to
It's
Africa
very simple.
touring. He's
Because
touring
he's
the
an
place.
average black kid. He looks like my son, from the hair down to the sneakers he wears. You know what I mean? Like, I get your
But
point.
you see how they show him love. Like he
Yeah.
got like 10,000 people around
Uh,
him at all
but-
times.
well,
Yeah.
like I told Dynas, Ishowspeed ended the FBA. They're done. They have nothing else to say. They're in oxygen.
Now
They are done.
Absolutely,
that's a good
absolutely.
Okay.
caveat.
I
I,
wish.
I wish that were the case, bro.
Nah,
yeah,
nah,
I
they're
yeah.
sure
done.
I
did
was
do
They
trying
can't
to
come
damage.
that
back with
too.
nothing. I
I sure
guarantee you
did
they're
damage
I
done.
to him
wish
though.
that
Did
They're
were the
done.
damage.
case, but yeah.
They
But
can't come back with nothing. They are done. The FBA is done.
So that's a good
FBA is
next level of the
bullshit.
conversation. That's a good route to
Isn't
go.
Tyreek Nasheed? Isn't Tyreek Nasheed?
He's in Africa right
And
now.
No,
he
he's
in
back. He's
Africa
back.
right
He's
now.
back in America now. He's back.
He's
He just
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
my
that right
question
there
is,
should
why the
be
hell he went over there?
right, because he's supposed to, be, the
Anti
anti-black.
everything.
Right, but he's over there eating jollof. Got a picture of him eating jollof. So what does that say? That doesn't deter his people and following because they make up all kind of shit and justify. Oh, he's over there because
Facts.
they got all kind of crazy stuff that
Mm,
they are. No,
Tyreek
they're
Nasheed
dead, bro.
is a con artist. He's worse than Umar Johnson. I mean,
I don't think Umar Johnson's a con artist.
But so I want to be
well,
clear though.
has he started that school?
I want to be
Has he
clear now that we're
started the
going
school?
down
No,
this. I
no,
want to
but
be
I
clear
think he's
though.
going to start it though. I
Hold on,
believe
I'm gonna
he's
be
going to start
quick. I want to be clear now that we're going down this road though,
it. You
right?
laughing, Dana?
When it comes to that FBA conversation in America, right? Let's be very clear. I Show Speed hasn't gotten as much attention, right, as just Charlie Kirk, a cracker ass cracker, even mentioning FBA, right? That got way more steam in terms of these different podcasts and influencers that are talking about stuff in the black space.
Charlie
That was
Kirk likes
probably
the FBA, bro. Charlie Kirk like them.
yo, it was disgusting to watch how excited FBA got that what's his name?
Tucker
Tucker
Carlson.
Carlson even mentioned him. It was disgusting to watch how
Well,
excited they were that a man that is outright anti-reparations, outright anti-black, right? If I'm just get to it.
I
And
mean,
is
the majority,
celebrating.
the majority of black leadership's anti
Well,
reparations.
no,
So I mean,
but
they
now
got.
you're not hearing what I'm saying. They're celebrating a white man, giving them some type of validity. They said, oh,
but
now
is that not
they
a trend now with black folks voting for Trump and siding with
yeah,
Trump
that
still? They want immigration, they want to delineate, they want to
yeah. Yeah.
it's like that to me is a trend. It's all you
But
may
that's
have
the
your
point I'm
reasons.
making though.
You may have your
Domestically here,
reasons,
domestically here,
but
that goofiness is still getting more traction than I Show Speed. We all know he's over there, but they're still focused on FBA and Tether and Anton and the other dude. So it's not.
you probably will always have some diehards that are going to take it to the grave with them. That was, I was FBA back in 2019 or whatever, 2024, 3. And now they're, 60, 70 years old. They still FBA
Yeah.
and everybody done moved on.
So
I'm
I'm
not
saying
gonna
with the
lie.
speed thing,
The
I'm
reason
saying,
why the white people
go ahead.
go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead. Nah, I'm gonna be quick. I'm saying with the speed thing, I get the argument that FBA is dead, but I'm just giving the reality that it's not as impactful in these conversation spaces, right? Like domestically in America, everyone knows speed is over there, but people are still sticking to their goofy guns that they are FBA and their grandmothers celebrated Aru Tsitsis and holidays like that are just made up, right? I never got an Aru Tsitsis gift. I got Christmas gifts. But Tariq and FBA have made this holiday on December 24th, and those things are actually picking up more steam. then
African American elders are not FBAs, bro. They're not.
oh, you know I know
No,
that.
no.
They don't know nothing
Well,
about it.
I will say, with a lot of white people, the FBA movement is very strategic because they prefer Black Americans in the United States than other minority groups. I don't know why, but that's
Nah,
just
I don't know. I
that's
don't know
I can't
about
say
that,
that's
bro.
the case.
I don't think so.
Yeah, like
I no.
With the whole Tucker Carlson thing, right? He was literally laughing at them. He was saying, "I love these FBA guys. They sent me some information, and this guy, he's not even American. He's what they would call a tether, right? Like they're just using black people against black people. They
Oh
don't
yeah.
they don't have any
I,
feelings
I
in it.
know for a fact they feel some way about the Hispanic people, the Hispanic ethnic group, because they're having more children. They're having more children than white people. The real reason for all this ICE shit is white people, their population is decreasing in America. They're gonna be a minority, projected to be a minority by 2045. So they're doing everything they can to preserve the white race in America, and they damn sure don't want Africans, Afro Caribbeans, and they want us African Americans to keep aborting children. I mean, let's be honest. Abortion is
But
the worst thing that happened to us because it's a form of population control of the black race in America.
No, no, no. They want to have children with black people. That's what they're pushing.
that too. But wait, let's stay in Minneapolis, right? Like, if you look at what's going on in Minnesota, there's only 80,000 Somalis in all of Minneapolis, at least, or maybe even all of Minnesota, right? So it's not really about protecting themselves as much as I feel like you're making in your argument. It's about precedent, right? Like, it's easy to attack these Somalis, right? When you got billions of dollars in theft, right? It's like, bet, let's attack them, right? Same way you go get Madero. On paper, he was moving drugs. It's very easy
He
to
wasn't
attack
moving
him.
on. Don't believe that CNN bullshit, bro.
I don't believe that shit
Um,
neither. They
Don't
said
believe
the
that CNN
cartel
bullshit.
that he was the head of was fake. It's not a real cartel.
All that shit made up.
yeah, the cartel was fake, right? But when you do a
He
little,
wasn't moving on drugs, bro. For what?
nah,
from
I'm gonna
from
be
what from
honest.
what I know, you got to throw it all out of court once one thing is false. I
Nah, that's
mean,
not true.
yeah, you do. I mean, because if one thing is a lie, then I mean, shit, there's reasonable doubt with everything. That's
Yeah,
reasonable doubt.
but it doesn't disprove the case. Like, here's the problem with the Madero thing, and I don't
It
want to
does
stay
with
here, but
me.
hold on, but I'm gonna keep it quick, right? When you read that indictment, what you realize is his own nephews are telling on him, right? His own nephews are saying we've used government planes that had 850 birds on it, and the plane landed in Haiti. That was my beef as a Pan African. I'm like, oh, hold up, y'all moving stuff through, black nations. All right, well, I'm not trying to say Madero, like, clean up the drugs, right? But when you look at the indictment, like, his family members are telling on him. So I can't just say it's all
That,
made up.
that's not true, bro. Don't listen to that bullshit, man.
Nah, I read the indictment, bro.
Bro, stop listening to that. All that shit is
Yeah,
made up.
look,
Yeah.
It's
I'm
all
telling
made up,
you, it's
bro.
made.
Trust me,
It's made up.
it's
I'm
made up.
telling you.
Try to get some other
Once you make
sources.
up
Okay.
the cartel, once you make up the cartel, and that turns out to be false, there's reasonable doubt with everything.
That doesn't change.
China is in Venezuela, and America want them out. That's all it is.
Well, no, that doesn't
Okay.
change, though.
And y'all heard
Okay.
China had
That's
a coup,
all it is.
attempted coup happen in China yesterday or day before
Nah,
yesterday.
that
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
attempted to.
China's having a military purge.
That ain't no attempted coup, bro.
What was it?
They
That's a
found out
purge.
that they found out there's a purge. They found out that the one of the generals was selling secrets to the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Nuclear secrets for
Yep,
nuclear
nuclear
weapons.
secrets to the U.S.
Wow.
There will never be no type of coup in China. Never,
I
never.
won't
It
say
ain't
that.
gonna
I
happen.
won't. I won't say
Never
that.
say
I won't
never.
say that.
Okay.
Okay.
And you
I'm
don't ever
telling,
say
bro,
never.
man, you guys got to study, bro. Listen, I'm not
Yo,
even gonna
bro,
argue
I
with this.
watched January 6th happen. This
Okay.
is America. I wouldn't put a coup
I said
past
America.
anyone.
I said I don't care,
I'm
bro. I
just
didn't
saying
say
I
America.
wouldn't
I
put
said
it past.
China.
I
I
know. I
said
wouldn't put it
China.
past. Right. Here's my point. I would believe that America would have been believed to be less
I believe
vulnerable
that
to a
every
coup.
society has
Hold on. I
vulnerabilities.
believe that
Not
America
China.
would have even been
Not
less
China.
vulnerable to a coup than China, right? But what I'm saying is, I watched January 6th. I would have made that same argument when it came to America. There will
Yeah, well,
never be a coup here,
you
right?
could say
That's
America,
what
but
I'm
it ain't
making.
gonna happen in China. That shit is unlocked.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know
Yeah,
about that
trust
neither.
me, it's
I
unlocked.
I mean, I'm looking at China right now. That with that military purge, with people trading secrets and stuff like that, it's a lot of betrayal behind the scenes.
Yeah, but that's not the first time it happened, though.
That's the
That's
thing.
not the first time it happened.
Right.
That tells
And
me
That's
that
why
and,
there's
and they
more
got
to the
Chinese
that's
story.
why
scientists,
Tiananmen Square was such a big deal, right?
right?
That was an attempt at
Right,
some
exactly.
form of
That's
a
what I'm
coup.
telling you. Exactly, it ain't gonna happen. They gonna, bro. They will put you to death for financial crime in China. They will
That's
put you
true.
to death
We
for
never
That's
financial
true.
we
crime.
never found the tank man.
Something that they need to do here.
The tank man disappeared from the face of the earth. We never got an interview from him. Nothing. So I get your point.
Hmm.
I mean, what I'm seeing right now, because we was just talking about the death, well, the U.S. losing the global reserve. I'm thinking that what's going to happen in the Middle East, that's going to turn out to be a war. I mean, because I don't think Iran is going to give up their nuclear program, and that's just going to turn out to be a war.
But it's not about nuclear program. It's about regime change. That's what it's about for Israel. For Israel,
Yeah, that's what it's about for
Iran
Israel.
you
But
see.
Where they gonna put all
they
of
they
those Palestinians?
Iran does have a major issue internally where people are looking for a change of the guard.
No,
But
that's
but
bro.
to your point though,
That
Israel
was a
more
CIA
hold on.
Mossad
I got you before you go there though.
operation. No,
More
no.
important than them. Hear what I'm saying? Saudi Arabia is their bigger enemy more than Mossad and the CIA who are involved. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, right? But they also have an internal moment where yeah, people are looking to, remove
Just like we have
themselves
an
from
internal,
ayatollahs.
the same as we have here. The same
Nah,
internal shit that we have here with the back and forth. Okay, this is
it's
one of
different
the
here.
most split. This is one of the most split country. Okay,
Yeah,
on
but
the
now their
earth.
political change comes with an
Okay,
Ayatollah Khomeini, right? That it's different. It's not the same as in America, right? The Donald Trump will pack the Democrats up and he'll take over politically. Like their political change comes with an Ayatollah Khomeini.
yeah,
It's
but
different.
that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen, bro.
Will he leave office? And will Gavin Newsom be the next president, or will he
No.
stay in office?
hell
He's
no,
gonna be
hell
he's
no.
gonna be
That's
a
a
lame
disaster.
duck. He's gonna be a lame duck president for the next 2 years after the midterms. So everybody relax. I know it's been a
No, no,
very
no.
long year.
If he, yeah, very long. But if he does leave office when he's supposed to, your next president will be Gavin Newsom.
Gavin
Oh,
Newsom
he's
ain't winning.
leaving in 28.
Yeah, Gavin
But
Oh
Newsom ain't.
fuck,
I
Gavin
don't
Newsom ain't
think
winning.
I don't think
He
Gavin
would be your
no,
Newsom
next
bro.
president.
has I
I
don't
can't
think
vote for
Gavin
that guy.
Newsom has the
I
Republican backing. I don't think he has it.
oh nah.
He
I
will
mean,
be
no,
your next
Uh.
president.
wait. You said Gavin Newsom, Democrat. No, they might not even run Gavin Newsom. You know what I think the
Hell no.
28, let me throw this out
Hell
there.
no.
You know what I think the
Hakeem Jeffries?
28
Oh,
ticket
oh, yeah,
is?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, go ahead, Willie.
Real quick, 28 ticket, first female president. Kamala Harris running again because,
Oh Lord
and
have
hear me out,
mercy,
hear
Oh
me out,
boy.
hear me out,
Jesus
hear me
Christ,
out, hear me out,
bro.
hear me out, hear me out. They could
Stop.
because of her national presence already, she can easily be a candidate on the other side
Well, if you think
with
so, I'm
Marjorie
putting
Taylor
Dynasty
Greene.
as a
So
candidate. I'm
now,
putting Dynasty as
hold
a
on.
candidate.
On the other side,
Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. So now you
She
pretty
Oh
make
much
more
Lord.
hold on,
sense.
hear me
She
out,
make
hear
more
me out.
sense.
Yeah, you see where I went. Let me just land. Right? So now you're pretty much guaranteed to get your first female president. It would probably be more difficult for Democrats to beat Republican white Christian national voters with Gavin Newsom than pulling over white females with Kamala. I think it might be Kamala
Donald Trump
versus
has
Marjorie.
Donald Trump has done so much damage, and that all the Democrats that are can be Democrats will probably be mobilized to vote because of what the mess that we went through with Donald Trump. That if
I disagree, but go ahead.
I do too.
yeah, and
I don't
if
think
that
I
is
don't
the
think it'll
case,
necessarily
if
be
they get people
galvanized
like me off the couch to vote for the presidency, they get a person like me to get off the couch, which I would. You know, I didn't vote for Trump because I'm in New York. I mean, I didn't vote for I'm living in New York, so I didn't vote for Harris because it's Democratic, state. But I would get off the couch to vote, and I don't even have a dog in a fight with the political system like that, to make sure that Trump doesn't get back in office. Or
I
Trump.
got to pass the Vovo. Then we're closing out. Go ahead, Vovo. Unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on the topic. Ishowspeed getting citizenship in Ghana. So what does that mean? Yeah. Like they give citizenship to anybody. So I just wanted to just add that. Go ahead and close out, brother.
I appreciate it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family.
FBA is dead. They're dead.
Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Ishowspeed traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfo, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfo, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfo, Africa. To learn more, visit danfo.africa.